fans. Welcome into the firm of Harris and Meringue. Patrick Harris with you. That's me. That's Danny Meringue over there to my left. And Casey Smith over there on the ones and twos for what seems to be forever now.
Forever.
Stuck with us, amigo. Stuck with us. Could be worse, though.
I like it here.
How?
Like one of us could be doing it.
That's true. Because the one of us, you mean you.
Am I getting big timed already? It's not even 10:03. I'm getting big timed.
It's just one of those things where it's like, you know,
The music just faded out.
no, I'm just saying, like,
From the top rope.
which one of us has done that?
That is true. That is true. I have done it.
So,
I also continue to kind of do it because I also do Timbers fan.
yeah, see, the emergency pitcher, not me.
Oh, if a position player's got to go in, I'm the Kike Hernandez. That's cool. Kike's got cool glasses. That's all I got on Kike Hernandez. Sounds like a really fun dude, too. Like, Kike Hernandez being in L.A. for the Dodgers, you know, his lineage and in that city that is such a diverse city, especially in Latin culture, Kike probably lives a quite nice life.
And not Boston.
Yeah, exactly. Kike's like, yeah, it was cool to win a title in Boston, but you know what's cooler? Playing for the league minimum in L.A. Like, I would, if I'm him, I'm never playing for another team again.
No.
Never.
League minimum's only going up.
I did see a study that the average salary in Major League Baseball is $5.5 million.
Wow.
Yeah.
With rosters that big, that's actually pretty impressive.
28-man roster, $5.5 million is the average.
Now, that ain't bad.
It ain't bad. I think league minimum is $750 still.
Is it really?
But if you're telling me Connor Griffin, who's played 3 games, makes $100 million,
changes things around.
Cole Emerson ain't even up yet.
Increase of 3.4% from the previous year.
Hey, love to see it. It's good for them.
That is good for them.
Speaking
How do I get a minimum baseball contract?
I know, right? Like when you actually,
That's it. That's
it's
it.
so
That's
funny.
all I want.
We sit here and we talk about sports numbers all the time. The Blazers sold $4.25 billion. So we're so used to talking about these massive numbers. But any of us ever sat down and we got $750,000 in a year, we'd be like, what do I do with this? You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
we talk about billions all the time, millions all the time. You gave me $725,000 in a year? Goodness gracious, dude.
What would I do with that? I have no idea.
Double my salary?
I have no idea. I probably see the problem with me
Didn't even catch
is I would just what?
I said, you just doubled my salary?
Oh yeah, well I already know. You don't have to rub it in. My problem is if I make any kind of that money, I'm just gonna like retire and not work. And then they're like, well, no, you can't. You have to work. That's why we're paying you. I don't know.
Just play every other year? All right, I'll come back.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
I don't know if you know this. All right. The Masters is on.
The Masters is on, amigo.
And boy, does it look incredible.
I know. I'm excited to talk about Masters with you today. We'll actually start there too. It's nice. I was just talking with Jake out there, and Dirt has said something to me too about it. Like they're surprised that I'm a casual golf fan.
I mean, what's the surprise about that?
I don't know. I was confused by it a little bit because I like watching high-end sporting events of really any kind.
Yeah, but big time stakes.
Big time stakes, and I'm in.
Look, man, you could you could throw big time stakes on darts. I'm in.
Yeah. I don't watch it live, but sometimes darts come across my my timeline.
Yeah,
and it's always like I think there's a 17-year-old British kid that's like dominating.
just a prodigy.
Yeah, and what's crazy about that is because he's like dominating the best in the world, who are these like 32-year-old beer belly, clearly live in pubs shooting darts. This kid can't even drink, and he's better at darts than you. How?
Turns out doing things sober, easier.
See, I feel like darts you should be forced to only play in a bar. You don't have to drink, but you have to be in a bar.
You just
There has to be the smell of like, you know,
Stale beer.
2-year-old fryer oil, stale beer on the ground, you know, moldy Irish whiskey everywhere. That has to be your home field advantage. Like if I play at my pub and you are on the road against me at my pub, you got to walk and be like, "Oh, that's a weird smell. I'm not used to that."
The IPA pub versus the what's the other popular
Like
beer?
a Pilsner or
Yeah,
lager?
Pilsner. I could not think of the word Pilsner.
Yeah. You're just kind of like,
different smell,
the
like,
home
oh.
field advantage in here.
Yeah,
The stalls don't have doors in this bathroom.
one's
here.
a smoking bar, the other one's not. So one
Yeah.
has this stench of menthol on the wall.
That's what I mean. Like if you gotta go boo boo, there's no door on the stall at this place. So now you're in the third round of darts, and you're like, oh god, I can't go in there.
Coward.
You know what I mean?
a
Or you're just like, you know what? Here we go,
It's
baby.
a power move. Have you ever had to do that?
It's like a. It's
have
like
you
a.
ever had to?
Oh yeah.
With the no door.
It's like a Chargers game in San Diego or LA when there's more Steelers fans in the crowd than Chargers fans. You're like, wait a sec, but I'm at home. Danny just blew up the bathroom. He's feeling right at home now.
I'm good. Look, man, you have to assert your dominance.
Yeah,
That's what it is.
it's true. You got to walk in there and tell them, look me in the eye. I am the captain now.
Look,
And
man,
that's darts. That's the kind.
Peacock, you gotta let
Yeah.
me fly.
That's the kind of darts I want to see. I want home field advantage.
have you ever had to use a restroom where there's no walls? Like, I mean, no walls.
No.
Okay.
How is there no walls? Is that outside?
No.
That sounds like outside.
No. I mean, basic training.
You can't be in a building with no walls. Therefore, you're not in a
I'm
building.
talking a bathroom. There's no.
So it'd be like right out there is just the trough.
No, like if this is it, toilet.
Oh, I have been in one of those. It's called prison.
Yeah.
Yeah. They have those in jail.
Yeah. Did you go boo boo?
I did.
Yeah.
Just to say I did.
People could see you.
Yeah, people could see me.
How'd you feel about that?
Incarcerated.
Yeah. Just gotta let it rip, man.
Say,
Yeah.
did you break the rule where you didn't flush it as you were going? Because that's a rule. You'll get swung on for that.
If it second it hits the water, flush.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
I
yeah.
did not know that was a prison rule.
Yeah. Otherwise it's
Otherwise,
stanky.
everybody smells it.
Yeah.
See, I'm talking about home field advantage. What if you want to assert your authority?
Let
What if
your,
you're like
let your
Terry-
musk
Yeah,
fill
what
up
if
the room?
What if you're Terry Crews in the Friday movies and you, or Debo, and you like walk in and you've got to be like,
What you got on my 40 dog?
Yeah, exactly. You walk into prison, take a look around, and say, "I'm in charge," and that's how I'm going to assert
Poop
my authority.
on the floor.
Yeah, why not?
Man down. 11:30. Pip in distress.
Exactly.
In distress.
That's how you got to do it.
That's how it goes, man. How did we get here?
I'm not sure.
Oh.
Darts,
Oh, right, darts.
asserting dominance.
Got to assert. I said when I had the nose surgery, I tried to say something about asserting dominance, and because I was so congested and so jacked up, I said assert my dominance and a lot of drugs. I was like assert dominance. So my girlfriend will every now and then, if I say that something along those lines, she'll just hit me with assert my dominance, your dominance, and I'm like, you know what? Let me go.
Yeah, it's struggle words.
Well, I mean, I was higher than a kite, and my nose was the size of a freaking baseball. So
It's Thursday. Maybe I'll get high as a kite tonight. No, I have my kids.
you could just not.
What's the fun in that?
There's plenty of fun to be had. I would say that if you have to go down the path where you have to have it to have fun.
Oh,
that's
no.
more of a problem.
No.
I don't know what to do with you right now.
Gambling is for entertainment purposes only.
Sure.
As are recreational stimulants. De-stimulants.
The white shirt is throwing me off. man.
Why?
I don't know. Is it throwing you off, Case?
Am I
It
supposed
looks
to...
like he's about to go brunch.
Right? There's just something here.
Hey. Joe said the same thing to me today. He was like, why you got the nice shirt? And I was like, I wear button-ups all the time. But I chose white before May. So it's like an office faux pas right now.
I think that's fine. It's just
Is it no white after Labor Day?
Yeah,
Is that the
after
saying?
Labor Day.
After
Oh,
Labor
well,
Day.
Labor Day is a long way away,
no, you're
bro.
good.
Well, I'm not going to lie. I kind of fed into a little bit of the Masters and a little bit of the fact that it's going to be 75 degrees today.
And so you wore a long sleeve shirt.
Well, I got shorts on.
Okay.
And I'll probably roll sleeves up later this afternoon.
Okay.
I got to do more yard work. I'm not going to do yard work and things. What, are you kidding me?
No,
Ruin
you-
the fit?
Oh no, I mean that's masters right there.
Yeah, dude.
You got to wear the white apron and
I threw flips
For
on
white
today.
bibs.
I threw flips on today, too.
still haven't won that war with the lady.
You're wearing a sweatshirt.
Well, there's a reason for that.
Why?
What's underneath it?
Oh, bro, chacho.
Yeah, so
You could just not. Have you ever thought about that? Instead of just relying on that for your everyday use,
well, you know,
could just not, quote Danny Meringue.
I know, but I come from the gym. Got to get my swole bro on.
Yeah, and I come from the land of Jamaica. I don't know what to tell you.
That's what happens.
Some of us-
Everything will be Irie.
Yeah, some of us just walk in different circles.
Yeah,
Some of us get lost and walk in a circle.
like that woman who, but was she, the woman in Hawaii? She was lost for like, was it 2 weeks or something like that? And it was just like, again, you're in Hawaii.
I guess it doesn't matter which
Doesn't
island,
matter.
'cause
It's like
you can't go anywhere.
Had she picked a single direction and walked for like more than an hour, she would have ended up on a coastline.
That is true.
It was just like,
That is true.
but yeah, she was.
She starts building SOS out of rocks on the beach, and there's like a McDonald's 3 blocks that way, but she's looking the other way.
Yeah, because she was tripping balls.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
Nice.
It's like, yeah, she was on everything.
Yeah. Did you hear about the kids that drove their car into the Willamette?
I was at K2, and Shelby, one of the reporters there, was just on scene. She was like, it was crazy. I was like, how do you jump that? And it turned out those kids were going 90 plus, running from the cops.
Apparently, there's one still on the loose. One survived, or at least they haven't found the body.
Oh yeah, no, that's what it
Makes
is.
me wonder, like, are you guys like cracked out right now,
they
or
pulled
what?
2 bodies. One, I think they pulled out alive, and there's still one missing. But yeah, it was right at Waterfront Park, and they found somehow, some way, they found a way to avoid like the massive. So they hit the fence,
Yeah,
like the bike fence. You know what I mean?
I know exactly what you're talking about.
But it's the only spot you could have hit and not stopped. You know what I mean? It was just like, because if you've driven up and down the waterfront, you know there's nowhere to go 90.
No, there really isn't. There's just not enough space on NATO to do any of that, which makes me think drugs.
Probably. And then,
That's why I don't do drugs. I don't.
You know, I'm in the same metal box with you. If you could not do that, I don't want to get hit by the same lightning. I'm good.
Where's the lightning coming from? It's a
You're
beautiful
playing
day
with
outside.
fire over there.
Yeah, bro, I'm good.
Oakley Dokley, we got a great show for you today. A lot to get to. It is a 10 Toes Down Thursday, of course, so we'll always have fun with that at 12:15. Tyson Alger going to join the show here in about 15 minutes or so. We'll talk the Timbers a little bit. Oregon Ducks spring practice gets underway. What to look for that, Danny. You were at Hoop Summit yesterday. You'll be back there tomorrow. We'll have a little conversation about that as well, plus your Portland Trailblazers. When we come back, let's start with the Masters, the granddaddy of them all. No, that'd be the Rose Bowl, although I would go to that. Masters start. What do we love about the Masters? Who do we like, etc. on 105.1 The Fan. 10:18 here, Portland Sports Leader. Don't you forget it. We are alive as we always are. From the shadows of the historic Fremont Bridge, it's a 503-864-6326 kind of day. That's the fan text line. She'll let you interact with us throughout the entire day, including 10 Toes Down in the Big Nooner. You can also jump over there on the YouTubes. 1051 The Fan is your channel. Bob admitting that he owes me a beer. Cleveland Guardians, baby.
See if he pays up faster than you do.
Oh, I know. He already did, too.
Wow.
Yeah, it's waiting at my local brewery.
Wow.
I owe Danny a sandwich from like 3 months ago.
I'd say at least 6 weeks
What was?
ago.
I don't even remember the bet. That's how long ago it was. I think it was a football game.
Weren't
think
you
it
supposed
was.
to do that today?
That's what I said.
I know. But to do it, I got to send Joe Fisher to get it, and the one in the Pearl is closed, so I got to send him to Southeast.
And here's the funny thing. Joe didn't even know that the one in the Pearl existed, so he was going there to begin with, and he was on board with it. Now he's not, so.
That I don't know. I was looking out for Joe, but I will come back on this Monday. I'll do it Monday. We'll do it live. Speaking of, join us June 23rd as Toyota presents the Fan Golf Classic at Langdon Farms Golf Club, the big one for us here at the Fan. Foursomes are on sale now. Choose between the morning or afternoon rounds, but get your group signed up because they fill up fast. It's literally the most fun day in golf with activations and tastings around the course. I'm very excited to be there for my first time at the Fan Golf Classic and the infamous Angel Envy Bourbon Par 3 6th hole where all of our hosts, Dirt and Sprague, Danny, myself, Luke, Isaac, Sook, will all be posted up there to heckle and admire your shots. Of course, we'll keep you fed with a post-round meal thanks to Matt's Barbecue. Head to 1051thefan.com and click the Fan Golf Classic logo for information and to sign up today. The Fan Golf Classic, presented by Toyota, is also brought to you by our other friends at Vulcan Design and Construction, Henderson and Daughter Windows and Doors, Battery Exchange, Maestro Nobel Tequila, Philbrook Law, 1-800-DIVORCE, Roto-Rooter, and Window Nation. Whew.
It's a good time.
I'm very, very excited for it. Although, do not ask me to celebrity shop for you. That's going to be a bad idea.
Oh, no, you got to swing the club.
Although I was talking to my boy at the Roto-Rooter, and we were thinking, like, should we get a giant inflatable toilet and put it out there and put, like, a prize on hitting it?
Putting it in the toilet?
Like, if you can get it in
the dunk?
The dunk.
Golf ball go down the hole.
But we don't want to do a real toilet because that's going to be heavy. And it's going to be really small, like hard to do, almost hole-in-one style. So I suggested to him, let's get a giant inflatable toilet.
Not giant.
And if you hit it.
No, it's got to be tough, and you got to put it. You got to put it in the toilet.
Okay.
Squatty potty it up.
Yeah,
We're workshopping it. We're workshopping it here.
I like it.
Figure it out.
I like it.
Figure it out. The Masters is upon us right now. Everybody's really stoked about this. I know here at the Fan, even myself, who's not a golfer, I still am a big fan of the Masters. I don't know, it's just really fun. I mean, Jim Nance, hello friends. Like, where do you think I got that from?
It's a wonderful place to be.
It is. Your current leaderboard right now, just to keep you updated, Patrick Reed's had a nice morning this morning. He's -4 through 11. Sam Burns is also -4. Tommy Fleetwood, look out, the trendy pick to win this thing. I will back Dirt. I think he has Tommy Fleetwood as one of his guys. I also do too. Do you have a favorite hole at the Masters?
It all depends on the day.
Also, shout out Freddie Couples, who's -2.
Look, come on now.
That's my guy.
It depends on the day. It's Sunday. It's Amen Corner.
Yeah.
I mean,
Okay.
That's it. Everybody, follow the group around and all that kind of stuff. Like, be at 18. I would just want to park there. I would want to park there and go, all right, here's the make or break, boys.
Yeah,
Let's see where it's at.
I love the holes that don't have a ton of fans around them.
Sure.
That get kind of like lost in the back there. Like, I'm a big 12 fan. I love that par 3, the water. One of my favorite Masters is actually Tiger's last Master, when he watched both guys in front of him hit the water on Sunday and just said, you know what, I'm going to throw this to the back of it and I'm going to two-putt my way out of here, and that helped him win a Masters. And that's kind of part of what makes or breaks you. It's like, have you won this thing before? If you have, you kind of understand
what you need to do,
and when to take chances and when not to take
not
chances.
Shoot up.
And the flip side of that for me is number 15. It's the par 5, 550. That will destroy you on a Saturday if you're trying to make a run.
It's funny. Just watched Rory putt here, and I was on the Nike campus yesterday for Hoop Summit, and they're doing construction there. Shocking, I know, to everybody who's been to Nike in the last decade. They're doing construction. but the parking lot was full as could be. And I was like, oh, there's a parking spot right there. I go to pull into it. Rory McIlroy's spot.
Oh, hey, this is saved for
I was
Mr.
like,
McIlroy.
Man. Part of me was like, can I just park here and take a picture real quick? I'm like, have some fun with it.
Yeah, dude. You don't think that?
They have signs posted everywhere. You will get towed.
I don't want to dox your car, but you don't think Rory McIlroy drives what you drive?
No. No, definitely not.
Well, I heard an interview with Danny Hurley. He drives a Ford Raptor pickup truck.
That ain't cheap though.
If I'm Dan Hurley, though, his players drive cars that are nicer than his.
Oh, those Raptors are about, like, if you get the fully loaded one, that's a 6-figure truck.
Yeah, they're big trucks.
Are they?
Oh yeah,
they're nice trucks.
The fully loaded Raptor, I on it, a brand new one, I think is about about 100.
I guess I just think of rich people and driving like Beamers and Mercedes.
Is Dan Hurley a small man?
Ish.
No,
I don't know. How tall is Dan Hurley?
no, he's like 6'3".
They range from anywhere from around 140, 85 to 140.
Yeah, that's the same.
Poop on my face.
Yeah, no, those trucks are nice. Nurk had a Raptor. Myers had a Raptor. Like,
I'm looking it up now.
if you're
Whoa, that's a huge truck.
Yeah, dude.
I can't drive that.
No, they're fun.
I'm way too big.
I think fully.
I mean, I'm way too small.
The great thing about those is they have all the power in the world, but boy, are they comfortable. They are comfy.
I am a Ford driver. I drive a Ford right now
I drive a
myself.
Ford. So
Yeah.
but I'm in the market for an SUV.
Oh, you're buying a car.
Yeah,
Okay.
we're in the market. I can't put big dog in car, so need something with a little bit more room.
Need something bigger.
But no, it was just funny, being on Nike. There was a couple other golfers had their spots too, and then as I'm still searching for a spot, I got like 9 rows back, and then I saw Rui Hachimura's spot, and there was a car there, and it had California plates.
Rui.
And I was like, oh, look at that, Rui's in town.
You know I love Rui.
But it was just kind of funny, just like you see the pecking order of the athlete, how close they are to the building. It was kind of fun. But as far as the Masters go, man, it's. I heard the Primetime Boys talking about the stolen valor of getting Masters gear and not having been to the Masters kind of a deal. There is something very special about it, and the way the Masters is marketed, it is this week only. You know what I mean? It's like fireworks. Like if you happen to be an Oregon resident and go across the border into Washington, you know exactly what space you're going to.
Yes, you do.
And that place is open for those 2 weeks, and like that's where you go. That's the kind of thing that I think about it. And like I remember being a kid and going, "Hey, let's go up to that place." You know what I mean? Like that was kind of the thing where like the Masters is that on steroids. Like I want to go to that place, and then I want to go get memorabilia and gear from that place because it's synonymous with that thing. And it's just it's something very, very, very different about that event than anything else. And my goodness, that's 188 mile an hour ball speed and 330 yards to carry off the tee.
It's borderline claiming your military for the military discount without being in the military. Obviously, that's a more egregious crime, but it is more like that.
No, it's a stolen dollar.
You can't rock the Masters gear unless you've been there.
I have a friend who works for the Blazers, and it was a...
And his name is...
No. Her name, I love giving her crap. She's phenomenal. She went to South Carolina, so she always the back and forth over which USC we're talking about. Mm-hmm. But she had on BDU camo pants. And just to troll her, I went up to her when she had them on, and I was like, "Hey, I don't know what you're doing." She's like, "What do you mean?" I go, "My culture is not your costume." And she just hit me with the, "Oh, you're a monster. You're a like how dare?" And she knew I was messing with her, but she hit me with a, "Now that's going to be in my head the entire day." And I was like,
busted.
She just gave me this look of just like, I hate you for that. But it's like, it's not to the same extent, but I had to, let me be clear. I do not care if you wear camo. Now, if you were pretending that you were in the military, if you're wearing a full uniform and acting like actual stolen valor, I hope somebody knocks you out. Full stop.
Someone get knocked out?
Bryson DeChambeau just had a triple bogey.
Oh, yeah, no, he was in the sand.
He's +3.
Yeah.
Bye, loser.
Yeah, he was in the sand. See, I like Bryson now.
Oh, God, you would.
No.
You would.
It's the redemption arc.
I'm out.
No, man.
What does he need to redeem?
Well, I mean,
his personality?
Oh, sure.
That ain't coming back, dude.
No, he's fun now.
His nickname is DuChambeau, dude.
Well, he's fun now.
I'm out.
See, I'm over here being the kinder, gentler, softer guy, and you're out.
Not me, dude.
See, I like the redemption.
I'm rooting for Tommy Fleetwood, and I'm rooting for Ludwig Aberg.
Yep,
That's my guy.
Rory's out here 2 under already.
Look at,
So,
dude, I had a controversial call that I was like, you want a gambling line that might freak people out? Rory to miss the cut.
oh, that's spicy.
Because like he doesn't have any pressure on him. He's now like, I just want to go out there and play golf. That's how I used to think about this thing. And now he's like, I'll be here forever because he's, getting wined and dined and being the fancy boy. So I was worried that he wasn't going to have the focus needed, but he's -2 right now. So there goes me.
Did you see the news on Bryson? He's playing with a 3D printed 5-iron
See,
that he made himself.
I can't get behind it, dude.
I've actually considered doing what he did, which is making all of his long sticks, all of his woods, the same length. I was like, oh, that way your swing doesn't change. It's just a club head. And I was like, Joe Simons, who I play with, he's got one of those mini drivers, and I've hit that thing a couple times. It's a shorter shaft length. I love the damn thing. Like I like that Bryson is challenging things and doing things differently, because it just opens up different avenues and veins. Like, you don't have to play the same way across. Like, there's certain guys like Bryson who can hit the ball a country mile.
Yeah.
And there's certain guys, the Jim Furyk's of the world, who have goofy swings. And then there's the Freddie Couples of the world who have the best swing you've ever seen in your entire life. That is the thing that I love about golf, is that, especially the Masters, it forces you to play a certain way, but you can play your game a certain way. That's the cool thing about it, right? Like, if you have the opportunity to go long, you go long. If you're somebody who can play it, risk free and just be consistent, that's the way to play. Like, it's just it's the golf version of styles make fights.
I don't think I could use that club. I don't think my shaft can get any smaller. And that was clean.
There you go.
When we come back, Tyson Alger will join us, talk a little Portland Timbers and the Oregon Ducks. A little two-seggy here from Tyson. There's Casey over there with sports.
You can take some off my shaft.
Now, from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
This SportsCenter update is brought to you by Mountaintop Metal Roofing. No maintenance, energy efficient, fire resistant, and a lifetime warranty. Do it once, do it right. Visit mountaintopmetalroofing.com. First on the Fan, round 1 of the Masters is in progress as we're just getting things underway at Augusta. Some important tee times for you as the group of Bryson DeChambeau, Matt Fitzpatrick, and Xander Schauffele teed off early this morning at 7 a.m. Last year's Masters winner Rory McIlroy teed off just after 7:30, and later on at 10:20, or later today, the group of Justin Rose, Jordan Spieth, and Brooks Koepka will get things in full swing, followed by Scottie Scheffler up here at 10:45. Right now, Sam Burns and Patrick Reed sit atop the leaderboard at 4 under, as Shane Lowry trails at 3 under. Your Portland Trailblazers fell to the San Antonio Spurs 112-101 last night. Denny Avdia with a strong 29-point performance, but it would not be enough as De'Aaron Fox and the Spurs ran away with it for 4 quarters. Blazers move to 40-40 on the season as they will take on the Clippers tomorrow at 7 p.m. inside the Moda in a battle for the 8th seed in the Western Conference. Some more NBA nuggets for you as the Oklahoma City Thunder joined some exclusive company, clinching the number 1 seed in the Western Conference last night after a 128-110 road win over the Clippers. OKC has secured the top seed in 3 straight seasons, becoming only the 6th team to do so since the NBA went to a 16-team playoff. All 5 teams who did it previously went on to win the championship. And for more sports scores and stories in 30 minutes, I'm Casey Smith from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt and missing work? Insurance companies acting like jerks? Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
The home of the Fan Happy Hour with Luke Anderson. Weekdays 2 to 3. The Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along. Which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you.
Timbers will take on LAFC this weekend. 1:30 kick. Pregame starts at 12:30. You can catch all that action right here, the Fan Sports Network, your home of the Portland Timbers. LAFC comes into town. We bring in our buddy, Tyson Alger of the I-5 corridor. Look out, Eugene Springfield. Go check out his work there. He does a fantastic job. Tyson, I need to ask you, on a scale of 1 to 10, how little brother annoying am I following you around Providence Park?
Like right now, it's been like a solid 4. You're still new. It's fresh. Like I haven't gotten fully annoyed by you yet.
Yes.
But we haven't gotten into the heat of the summer yet. I don't know when it gets real sweaty up in that press box if I need you sitting elbow to elbow with me. But we'll address that when it comes up.
Oh, that's true. In our long-term relationship here, we are not sure what each other are like sweaty. That's a great point. Do I start smelling? Do I pit out? Do the burps get heavy? That's a great point, dude. I'll do my best.
Yeah, and I have people that are gathering information from me on that right now, and it could be an issue.
Let's get into this. LAFC comes into town. It has not been a great start for the Timbers. And Tyson, in your opinion so far, there's a lot of noise around Phil Neville and the coaching and the tactics, but there's also been, a lot of inconsistency when it comes to lineups. When you look at the struggles this team has had to begin the season, if you had to choose one, where are you more likely to lean to and why this team struggles?
Oh, man, that's a tough question because the Timbers in kind of defense of the start to the season they have pointed to the fact that they really haven't had the consistency of their starting 11 yet, whether it be to guys coming back from injuries, guys who have gotten injured, or signings that took a while to get across the finish line. This Saturday at Vancouver was probably the closest they've been to being close to what their actual roster should look like, and they were still missing Cole Bassett, who is one of their bigger additions of the off season. So, the injuries and inconsistency is real there. They also like pointing to some of the refereeing and officiating that's happened, and I think there are some instances over the last couple of years where the Timbers have gotten pretty hosed by the officiating. And so, all those things can be true, and at the same time, Neville was the one who at the start of the year said, we need to perform. It's time to start winning. And through the season's first 6 games, they've won once. And it's not that they've just won once either. It's kind of the frustrations of a team that is talented. They have spent money on this roster, and you do see flashes. I mean, in that Vancouver game, they were 5 minutes away from coming home with a 2-1 road win over one of the best teams in MLS. And then they give up that Anthony has the handball, and you give up the tie with Mueller's penalty, and that happens. That's bad luck. That's kind of the luck of the draw. But then I think what's kind of more of a pattern of what this team has shown is just how they imploded after that, and it went from taking 3 points to having none within a matter of minutes. And the Timbers have just been a team that's really struggled to focus late in games, or especially when it's up in games as well. And I think that can be kind of pointed towards the coaching.
Tyson, when you look at this, I know it's still so early in the campaign, but what about this team? This is going to sound so out of pocket. What about this team is redemptive right now?
I mean, the thing is there are players and pieces with potential that I think you can sell around. Like Finn Sermon could very well be playing in very high level European soccer here in the next couple of years. They've really soundly rebuilt a midfield after losing David Ayala in the offseason. I think it could even be better than it was now. Christopher Velda, when he has the ball and he's playing with aggression, you can see that this guy could be a top level forward in the MLS. But it's just they've never been able to put all these pieces together at the same time, or been able to manage it for a full 90 minutes. And so you can kind of point to where you think that might be caused from. But yeah, I mean, ultimately, the soccer season's so long, guys. They play 30 plus games, and this season's really kind of disjointed too, because you have the natural, or the unnatural, 2-month break for the World Cup. So I think kind of, if you're looking at this year's roster, you got 8 games left until the break. You just need to see some sort of little bit of progression or turnaround, or playing to that potential of what we thought they could be. Because I do think that that the World Cup break kind of gives teams a pretty natural point to decide what they want to keep doing.
LAFC comes into town. It's a 1:30 kick, 12:30 pregame, again, right here on the Fan Sports Network. LAFC comes into town, one of the most efficient scoring teams in the MLS. They have also given up 0 goals. I don't know if it's their offense or their defense that impresses me the most, but I definitely think they have probably the best 3-headed attack monster in all of MLS. What can this team do to stop them? I love that you shouted out Finn Sermon, because as great as I think he has been, giving up goals isn't always a backline's fault. A lot of that can attest, I think, on this team to ball possession in the midfield and kind of controlling that. How can the Timbers slow down this, what looks to be maybe the best team in the MLS?
Yeah, it's going to be tough. I mean, and that was kind of the challenge with Vancouver too, with their attack. I believe Sermon's leading the MLS in block shots right now. I mean, like the guy's pretty much everywhere. But I think it's just, boy, Portland just has sloppy turnovers all the time, and or even just kind of like, you know, you can look at that first goal in Vancouver where it looked like Pantemis kind of misplayed that no man's land ball, and it leads to like an easy goal. Like those are the plays that you can't afford when you're playing these top level teams, and that's kind of the tough thing about the Timbers' outlook right now. Is they have LAFC this weekend, they have to go to Minnesota. Like it's you're treading water and you're facing quite the gauntlet of a schedule, and so I think just like the Timbers need to get much better at just being able to clear and ball progression up the field. I mean, it's so challenging for them sometimes when you're just watching them, for them to get the ball out of the first third and just progress it up through the midfield. And so I think just being able to be clean with your passes and cutting down on just some of the kind of like the boneheaded stuff, because like it's like the Timbers are able to compete for like 85% of the time, but then they just have these little lapses, and good teams capitalize on those where the Timbers haven't been able to.
I haven't had the chance to ask you this. We'll ask you this, and then we'll take a break and switch over to the Ducks, because you're double duty with us today. I don't remember if we've talked off air about this. How are you on the schedule shift that's going to happen? The sprint season next year, which is going to be a strange thing, but we'll get through it. Are you on board with lining up the MLS schedule with the rest of the world?
Yeah, I think so. I think once you kind of like get through like the big bad thought of like, oh my gosh, they're shifting their schedule to the dead of winter, which isn't exactly happening. They're going to be taking that break during December and January. I think this is a good move for the MLS altogether. Like Major League Soccer is a much improved league from what it was 10 years ago. Like real good players want to come here. Other teams want to buy players from here. Like getting on the same schedule as the rest of the world, I think, is important. It does create quite the unique situation for next year, because what is it? It's basically like a 2-month shootout for that first season, right? And then you transition into like the schedule flip. And so I just wonder, you know, if you're the Timbers or another team that is struggling here in 2026, like how does that change your outlook on whether what you're going to do this year or going into next year, when you basically kind of have like 2 seasons within the same calendar year?
He's Tyson Alger, the I-5 corridor lookout, Eugene Springfield. We'll take a quick break and let's come back. We'll chat. You were just at Dana Altman's press conference. You have Oregon Ducks football as well. We'll catch everything up with our Oregon Duck insider, Tyson Alger. We'll do all that next. 105.1 The Fan.
The Fan's YouTube channel is...
Hanging out with our good buddy here, Tyson Alger, the I-5 corridor, Lookout, Eugene, Springfield. We just chatted a little bit of Timbers. Again, kick at 1:30, pregame at 12:30 right here on the Fan Sports Network. Let's transition, Tyson, to the other side of your job, to the Oregon Ducks. You just heard from Dana Altman after what is a pretty rough season in men's college basketball. Your takeaways from that, we'll keep it quick here, your takeaways from that, the future of this Duck program, because I don't know the last time I've seen it in kind of a rougher spot.
Yeah, it's been quite a couple of weeks since the season ended for them in Chicago. We've seen Jackson Shelstad, Kwame Evans, several other players enter the transfer portal. Essentially, Altman's coming into a year where he's probably going to have like one or two returners from kind of the rotation going into next season. And so, you know, it's he said it's a mixture between, you know, this was a bad year, so it's not necessarily the worst thing in the world to kind of have a clean slate and start over. But he did admit he was nervous, and I haven't really heard Altman kind of say something like that before. And so they obviously have a massive challenge facing them, and they also have like legitimate constraints. You know, you look at how the NCAA tournament filled out, the Elite Eight or Sweet 16, Elite Eight, Final Four. Those are all programs that have substantial budgets for their players, whether it be between revenue sharing and NIL. And you know, Altman was very clear that like we're not underfunded, but they're definitely not in a place where it's like football where you can just kind of rely on being able to pull some of the best guys on the market to your squad in the off season. So yeah, I mean, like it's going to be fascinating. Like I don't think there's going to be an Oregon off season or potentially season quite like this before, where you have a coach that's kind of in a make or break year where you're basically starting from square one. But Dana said he was on Zooms all day today and has more later in the day. So I assume he has his hands full, needs to get busy.
Tyson, let's pivot to the football side of things here. And, you know, following the success of the last 2 years, you're probably going to have more turnover on this Ducks team than you've had in a while. When you look at this team, what are the major spring ball questions kind of going into that? And obviously we're not going to get a ton of answers because, you know, Dan's not going to give any depth charts or anything that comes out of that. But when you look at this, like what are the early season questions to kind of watch for as we get into the summer?
Yeah, I think, you know, we'll start with the quarterback and Dante Moore, who's not really a question, but it always is kind of an interesting thing when a high-profile quarterback returns in a year where he's losing his offensive coordinator. With Will Stein going to Kentucky, Drew Maringer has been promoted from tight ends coach, but really it's Koa Kai who has been the team's quarterbacks coach. He was a former front seven guy / tight end for the Ducks about 10 years ago, but has really kind of developed a really strong relationship with Moore over the last couple of years. And you know, I think just kind of seeing that relationship continue to blossom and them being able to like have trust in each other. You know, Dante was really good last year, but I think it's realistic for him to take a pretty sizable step forward this year. And that would make Oregon a really good team. You know, other things across the roster, like I really like where the defensive line's at. Obviously, they had, you know, all those big guys, Amari Washington, Bear Alexander, Mateo Uiagalelei come back. Secondary is really kind of fortified by Brandon Finney Jr. coming back. But, I think this is an interesting spring for the linebackers. You're losing a fair amount of experience, a lot of leadership with Bryce Betcher. So you got guys like Jerry Mixon who are having to kind of like evolve and take that next step. And even small things. He talked this week about being the one that has the radio in your helmet for communicating with the sidelines. And so it's just little things like that. It's hard in spring ball these days. 5-6 years ago, we used to be able to see practice and be able to, kind of point out standouts or interesting things. And now we have media here in about 20 minutes, and it's after practice, and it's just guys at the podium. And so we really won't be able to kind of glean much until the spring game. But, overall, like Oregon's a roster that has a fair amount of transition and in certain spots, but where it's important, they're pretty darn experienced.
Tyson, I would be remiss if I didn't ask you, chocolate or vanilla?
Chocolate.
Teetering on not answering.
Done. Zero hesitation.
Now, just imagine me inside of the horseshoe with 100,000 fans screaming down on me on 3rd and 10. Like, I think you guys have trust in this, right?
I got it.
Probably won't throw a pick, that's for sure. He's Tyson Alger, the I-5 corridor, joining us as he does throughout the Oregon Ducks season as spring practice and the game will come up soon. My biggest question, Tyson, I'm curious your thoughts on this. I talked with Dusty Hara on the show yesterday, the Oregon Ducks sideline reporter. Oh, I guess he's also my boss. About kind of the offensive line. Not really hit in the portal very much, which leads me to believe they think they've got some good options in-house, and they feel real strongly about that. You lose 3 key guys on the line, but Oregon dealt with injuries last year, and some of that depth kind of had some time to play. Your thoughts on the offensive line being borderline rebuilt?
Yeah, I think the offensive line is going to be really strong, guys. I mean, if you look at the last couple of recruiting classes, I know the headlines have been that Oregon's bringing its new starters in through the portal, but they've really kind of stacked some big physical kind of rangy bodies through their last couple of recruiting classes, and I think there's 2 ways to look at it. Is you see that they've rebuilt through the portal a couple times. They don't rebuild through the portal this year. It's are they striking out, or is it that they finally kind of built to a point where they don't have to utilize that for that position. And I think the Ducks have been very confident in their second unit on the offensive line for a couple of years now. You do have like a really good bit of experience coming back with Poncho at center, and so there's some moving pieces around, but it's also quite different than last year, where you bring in 2 tackles who are seniors, but they're starting for the first time, and like they're having to kind of learn things on the fly. Like I think you kind of get a little bit of benefit from having guys that have been in the system and have experience within this offense.
Tyson, on the recruiting trail, Oregon has been a monster the last 3, 4, 5 years. Is there any sense of a change in tide as far as with USC and Washington kind of pushing harder, particularly in the Big Ten now, as far as like where things are going? Is Oregon's had a few guys flip, and not necessarily they're losing their grip, but that other teams, particularly on the West Coast, are catching up to them?
Well, I don't think Oregon's spending quite as much on their spray paint budget as USC is. What was that graphic they sent out of them spray painting the grass red? And
that's a private school.
I don't think this is anything new, guys. Yeah, I mean, I don't really think this is anything new, guys. I mean, it's April right now. There's always going to be flips. There's going to be decommitments. At this point, from my perspective of recruiting, I kind of wait to see, until everybody's actually signed. But, USC has been a good recruiting team under Lincoln Riley. This isn't exactly new. They recruited well last year. They're top 5 right now, but Oregon's still top 10 for the 2027 class. I enjoyed it. I thought it was a little fun off-season banter, especially for a program that hasn't beat Oregon in a decade. So I think, for the time being, the Ducks, I'd be more worried if you saw a massive drop-off in what the Ducks were doing. Again, they're still top 10. They are very good at identifying, the positions and players they need to build the roster to a point. It's not like the Ducks are rebuilding anymore. They're able to identify positions and accentuate and build from there. And so, I mean, it's kind of exciting, I guess, to see USC and Washington kind of taking a step forward, and maybe those games become a little bit more interesting. But the the Ducks have been beating those teams quite a bit lately. So until we start to see that translate on the field, I'm still feeling pretty good about Oregon.
We'll get you out of here on this, bud. Go, as we always like to do, go ahead and pump the brand. What do you got coming down the pipeline?
I'm doing a big investigation at Lookout, kind of answering the question you just asked me. Like, do we have enough reporters on our staff that have the conviction to answer chocolate or vanilla quick enough to be on my staff? Got a little Dana Altman update from today's press conference, and then and then we're just we're running through the last 2 weeks of spring ball, boys. Like it comes quickly, and none of us talk about it being all that exciting once it's here. But then once it's gone, we got nothing to talk about. So I'm gonna be hitting that heavy here the next couple of weeks.
Well, I'll see you at the stadium on Saturday, and if there's any breaking Duck news, we'll grab you. And if there's that Timbers decision that we will not say if that happens, I'll call you first, buddy.
Yeah, absolutely. I did talk to Diego Chara about his favorite yellow cards throughout his history. So that'll be coming in a couple days. He has a lot. He has a lot of them, guys. So there's a few to choose from.
The all-time leader. Yes, that'll be fascinating. He's Tyson Alger, the I-5 corridor. Look out, Eugene Springfield. He's our Duck insider and our Timbers homie as well. Thanks, buddy. Enjoy the game.
Hey, thanks, guys.
And that's Tyson. We have him on throughout the football season. He's our Oregon Duck guy. I figured it'd be nice to check in with him, Timbers, as they'll take on LAFC. We'll have Max Bretos on the show tomorrow. I believe he is on the call for the Timbers this weekend. Big LAFC guy, so I'll ask him how he separates that. And that'll be fun. When we come back in hour number deuce, we'll slide over to the hoop side of it. Hoop Summit is in town. Danny, you were at practice yesterday. Some news and notes on that. Tanking solutions along with maybe adios to a Hall of Fame coach. 105.1 The Fan.
I'm George McCoy.
from the George McCoy and Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
First on the Fan, round one of the Masters is in progress as we are just getting things underway at Augusta. Some important tee times for you today as the group of Bryson DeChambeau, Matt Fitzpatrick, and Xander Schauffele teed off at 7 a.m. They are currently on the 13th hole. And later on today, just happened at 10:20, the group of Justin Rose, Jordan Spieth, and Brooks Koepka teed off as they are over on hole. Just teeing off now on hole 3, and Scotty Scheffler will be our follow-up as he will lead off things at 10:45. Right now, Sam Burns sits atop the leaderboard at 5 under through 16. Your Portland Trailblazers fell to the San Antonio Spurs 112-101 last night. Denny Avdia with a strong 29-point performance, but it would not be enough as De'Aaron Fox led the way for the Spurs for 4 quarters. Blazers moved to 40-40 on the season as they will take on the Clippers tomorrow at 7 p.m. inside the Moda in a battle for the 8th seed in the Western Conference. Finally, the Oklahoma City Thunder joined some exclusive company, clinching the number 1 seed in the Western Conference last night after a 128-110 road win over the Clippers. OKC has secured the top seed in 3 straight seasons, becoming only the 6th team in NBA history to do so since the NBA went to a 16-team playoff. All 5 teams who ended up doing it went on to win the championship. And for more sports scores and stories in 30 minutes, I'm Casey Smith from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt and missing work? Insurance companies acting like jerks? Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
Your home for the Oregon Ducks, the Fan.
All right, hour number deuce here. 105.1 The Fan. If you missed any of the first hour, you can download that on our website, 1051thefan.com, the Odyssey app, wherever you get your podcasts. You can jump over to the YouTubes as well. If you missed Dirt and Sprague this morning, or if you missed them yesterday, hell of a show for the boys yesterday morning. If you missed that, you can check that out wherever you get your podcasts, the Odyssey app, or the YouTubes. Rewind, fast forward, except for in the future for that would be impossible. There's a lot to get to this hour. We'll have web gems, of course, as we always do. It's a 10 Toes Down Thursday. Get those in, 503-864-6326. Or you can put them on the YouTube chat as well. Either way is fine. Questions that you can ask Danny and I, and we have to answer unequivocally. No wishy-washy here. 100%, 2 feet solid on the ground, all 10 toes. Talk a little Doc Rivers this hour, along with new tanking solutions that seem to be gaining speed. But we'll start here, Danny, with the biggest show in town right now. That would be the Hoop Summit, as the high schoolers from Europe, the world, and the USA convene here to show off their talents. A couple players that still haven't quite recruited, haven't quite committed to where they're going yet.
Yeah, most of Team USA is committed.
But you were out there. Give me the 411. Give me the deets, the T, as the kids call it.
I'm trying to be nice here. It's the least highly regarded group we've had in quite some time.
Doesn't mean there aren't singular players that are really special, but as a collective.
And even in at the very top, there's really not. I mean, Tyron Stokes is a guy that obviously at Rainier Beach, top player in his class. There's some interesting players, for sure, but there's not a Cooper Flagg, there's not a Con Knipple, there aren't guys you're just like, wow. There's nobody out there that is just like, that's the number one option.
You saw DeBonsa last year, and I remember, I think I ran into you 2 years ago, and you were like, yo, this guy is real deal.
Like, you knew it. He played in the Hoop Summit for the World Team his junior year, and it was just like, that's the number one on an NBA team. You saw it. And you saw VJ Edgecombe be a monster. You saw Cooper Flagg be a monster. Heck, even guys for the World Team last year, Tunde Yusufu and Dame Sarr looked incredible, and you're like, I can see them being very impactful players in the NBA. This year, it's not as overwhelming. I think you have to kind of squint a little bit to see it. But, you do have Tyron Stokes. Caleb Holt, watching him shoot was like, oh.
And where's he going?
Holt is going to Michigan. Hold on, I have to pull it up in my head because I cannot remember. Pull up my roster here, because I was staring at it until my eyes went cross-eyed yesterday.
Arizona?
He's Arizona. So there's one guard going to Arizona, there's one guard going to Michigan, there's one guard going to Arkansas.
All three pretty average programs right now.
Yeah, no, they're very normal and not powerhouse programs.
Not elite at all.
Yeah, no, not whatsoever. But it's going to be interesting because number one for Team USA in particular, they don't have a ton of size. Ethan, why am I totally blanking on his last name? Is there only Ethan Taylor? He's going to. Gosh, now I can't remember where anybody's going. They're only like real big. He's the only like 6'11", 7-footer. The rest, there's a lot of guards on this team, and you're just like, now don't get me wrong. Tyron Stokes is 6'7" wing. Like he's the kind of prototype, got a good build. The one thing that stood out, like I hadn't seen him outside of LSI. This is gonna sound weird. He's got grown man legs. Like his upper body, he's a guy who's gonna get bigger, and you're like, oh, there's something to work with in his frame. Like I could see him being pretty damn good.
Ethan Taylor is headed to Michigan State.
Michigan State, thank you.
Another average program.
Yeah,
Man,
yeah.
how are these average programs competing? I don't understand.
Yeah, if you look at where all these guys are going, ain't nobody going nowhere as far as like slouches, so to speak.
I was curious to ask you because, we had this conversation last week about kind of the Illinois model that they showed us this year in college basketball about grabbing a lot of European kids. When you look at the world team, is that a similar situation? Like, are we going to see more of these world guys playing in college basketball? Was this year kind of an offset? When you look around, and I know
there's a couple guys that aren't committed yet, and there's I think there's two guys that are NBA draft eligible that might go to college.
That's cool.
So that's
like European guys that could go to the draft but could go to college?
It depends on how much feedback they're going to get over the process of the next 2 months.
Because I know there's Canadian guys, and I know we sometimes forget to include them into the world, but there's a lot of really great Canadian basketball players coming into the league. Yeah, I was just curious if that world team, do you, as you've pointed out many times, do you want to start the clock now? Or can you make a couple, make some cheddar in college basketball? Because that's what we're seeing. And I thought Illinois was great until, they couldn't shoot a three anymore. That kind of model really, really intrigues me. The game's coming up on Saturday, since I won't have you tomorrow. The game's coming up on Saturday. Any way you're leaning? Is USA got a kind of stranglehold on this, or is it all up in the air?
I think USA is probably going to win this, but it's perfect you bring up Illinois because Lucas Murillo, the point guard from the Dominican Republic, guess where he's going? Illinois.
Ha ha!
So
take that, Brad Underwood. You're my boy. Illinois, sneaky, my new favorite college basketball coach, Brad Underwood.
And again, Marshall Cho's the head coach of the world team again, and Marshall gets these guys ready. Like, I have no misunderstandings about how hard they're going to play. Marshall is great about doing that. That's why they were picked to struggle a lot against these guys last year. Against Team USA because they did have Cam Boozer, like they did have AJ DeBonsa, they did have dudes, and guess what? That game got pushed hard, and guys like Tunde Isufu and Dame Sarr were a huge part of that. And I fully expect Marshall Cho to have those guys ready to go. But if you look at that world team roster, you've got guys. Kenny Alozie he's out of Nigeria. He's going to Houston. Weird, bad school.
Great school. The first one we've heard all day, actually.
There's another guy from Guinea, Arafan Diane, who's going also to Houston. Sinan Huan is going to Purdue from China.
Okay.
The one that's uncommitted is Mika. Mika Murinen, kind of built like Modest Buzelis, but already kind of filled out. I was watching him warm up yesterday. Some inconsistencies in shooting, but boy, is he a bouncy athlete. He's 6'9", 6'10", he just moves, and you're just like, that's interesting. That's fun to watch. But you just kind of go up and down there. Abdou Toure, also from New Guinea, going to Arkansas. It's like you go down the list. These are the schools these guys are going to. North Carolina, Houston, Oregon, with Taj Ariza, who's technically international player. Diana's going to Houston. Juan's going to Purdue. Keita is one of the guys that plays in Spain. He's uncommitted in whether or not he goes. Same with Mika. Baba's going to Maryland. Miles Sadler, who is Canadian, but he looks like a defensive monster. He's going to West Virginia, and then Toure is going to Arkansas. Like, even the world team guys are going.
West V pulled a guy, huh?
But you're looking at
Who's
these
the
guys.
coach at West V right now?
Oh gosh, I can't remember his name now.
You talk, I'll look it up.
But it's one of those things where it's these guys that were playing for professional teams overseas. There's a couple of them there, you know. It's Keita was playing for FC Barcelona. Murinin was playing for Partizan. Like, these are like big time EuroLeague clubs, and they're going either to the NBA or to college. Like, the path used to be stay over there until you can get to the NBA. Now it's get to the NBA or get to college and start the clock and get paid.
Ross Hodge is the head coach at West Virginia, came from North Texas. Well, be interesting to see the game this weekend. You know, if you don't got tickets, get your booty into the building.
Yeah, we've got a code. Use the FAN 2026
Boom.
at checkout, and you can get a discount code.
You just got hooked up from here at the Fan.
That's 20-26.
There you go. Nice call. That's SWINJ.
Indeed.
Shout out Mike Lynch on that one.
The thing that came out of this, though, I know we're up against it, and maybe we can push it a little bit to later. The great part about being at Hoop Summit, yes, I love seeing the players and seeing them in person and getting to know them and watching them practice. You have every front office in the NBA is descending on this.
Yeah, let's swing back around that. Maybe closing arguments or sometimes in the Big Nooner. We'll get to that.
Boy, with it, let me tell you right now.
Fascinating.
There's nobody who wants to be more gossipy and talk about things in the league than front offices.
And I have a feeling I know what they might be interested in. It might be what's going on in the state of Wisconsin. That Tyler Hero's from there, right?
Indeed.
I think Con Knippel's from there as well. They also have a player named Giannis. They also have a coach, maybe, named Doc Rivers.
And a big point of discussion. Hey, what do you think of Tom Dundon?
Ooh, hey.
A lot of that.
Let's get into the Milwaukee situation. Doc Rivers had some comments the other day. We'll play that audio, and then we'll kind of ask the question, what will Doc be remembered for? Because I think the writing's all over the wall. That's Danny. I'm Patrick. This is 105.1 The Fan. Well, Pittsburgh's getting ready to welcome the nation to the unofficial beginning of football season, and the city's kickoff celebration is going to begin with an unforgettable invite-only night of music. It's called The Night Before, and it'll take place Wednesday, April 22nd at the Rivers Casino Event Center, featuring Jason Aldean, John Morgan, and Shane Prophet. The prize for this national contest includes round-trip airfare, a 2-night hotel stay, 2 tickets to the show. You can visit odyssey.com/thenightbefore to enter now for your chance to win and any other details that you may need. Doc Rivers was on the podium the other day and had some very fascinating things to say when asked about his future. I'll play that clip for you, and I think the writing's pretty clear on the wall.
Obviously, as you get ready to be inducted into the Hall of Fame, you've won a championship, you've done a lot in this league. I'm just curious for yourself, how much longer do you envision coaching in the NBA given all the success that you've had?
Well, I won't answer that, but I have grandkids that I want to see. I'll put it that way. And so I'll let you figure it out from there. I have 7 grandkids now, and they're all 8 years and under. And it kills me every time I miss Grandparents' Day with each one of them in school, and it's probably time to go see them more. So I'll let you figure out the rest.
That sounds like adios, my friends. It's so funny. I want to ask you the question, Danny, of like what Doc Rivers will be remembered for, because I think he's a liked guy around the league, at least the media.
In the league.
The media really likes him too. He talks like this. He's got a great character and a great kind of personality shtick, whatever you want to call it. That sounds like to me he's done. And what's going on in Milwaukee right now would make me want to probably hang it up anyway.
Was it last week we talked about this?
Mm-hmm.
The coaching changes that are going to come around the league, don't be surprised if they're anywhere from a half dozen to a full dozen.
That's a lot. That's almost half the league. That's like more than a Black Monday in the NFL.
Damn near. I mean, 12, you got 30 teams. You're at damn near half the league.
You say 15, that's half.
Yeah.
That'll do it.
So, I would be pretty surprised if New Orleans didn't change coaches, that if Orlando didn't change coaches, if Milwaukee didn't change coaches.
Portland Trailblazers.
Trailblazers could certainly change coaches. Clippers could change coaches.
That might be for different reasons.
You just kind of go around the league and you start going, oh, I could see a change being made there. I could see a change being made there. Look, Dallas, the Cuban kid stuff and still the remnants of Luka and how that's all shaking out.
Kid has somehow stepped in it with Luka,
mm-hmm.
and that's not going to be a pretty sight for the fans because it seems they like him. But if that becomes volatile, then you're like, we'll just pull the shoot on that.
Look, for behind the scenes, there's been a lot of talk about Doc retiring,
mm-hmm.
and one of the names that's been floated out for Milwaukee is Darvin Ham.
Wow. Back in the circles. It's crazy. It's crazy in the NBA how you can fail so much and still get another chance. And that's why
it's personality. It's how much guys like you or don't like you.
And that's why I'm curious to ask you, and we can ask, our listeners this question as well, 503-864-6326 or over on the YouTubes. Bleak's saying right now, I can't be the only one who thinks Doc is vastly overrated as a coach and has been coasting on that Celtics title for over a decade, right? That's kind of my question with Doc Rivers is, what is he going to be remembered for? Look, that first big 3 that we saw in Boston, that was a great team, but it also had a real heady point guard in Rajon Rondo, so it wasn't just KG, who's a defensive monster, Paul Pierce, Celtics legend, and you got the guy shooting threes all day in Ray Allen. That roster was constructed really well. I don't know if it's a Doc thing. You have Lob City in L.A. What is Doc remembered for as a coach?
Well, does he have one of them things?
He does.
Okay, so this Bleak's comment right there on YouTube, that's pretty reminiscent of what I've said about coaching. You don't think Doc's a good head coach, yet he has a title. Pick one. And I'm not saying he's wrong. I'm just saying, when Blazers fans are like, well, Tiago does this, or Chauncey did that, or Terry did this, or Nate did that, it's like, did they have the players to win a title?
Exactly.
The answer is no.
Does anybody think Frank Vogel is a elite coach? The average fan.
I think some people are smart enough to understand that.
I always liked Frank Vogel. But
Vogel's a very good coach.
But you kind of see Vogel when he was on the Lakers, and I know it's the bubble, whatever, but that team was still very, very good.
Yeah, no, Vogel was blamed for shortcomings of the roster, and that's what fans do that. Fans blame coaches for shortcomings of the roster. And so what do you general managers do? oh, coach gone. Oh, see, it's not actually me. And then what ends up happening is after a year, you have guys that are further along in their contracts. Guys are playing for new contracts. Maybe play a little bit harder. They maybe do a little bit more. Like, see, it was the coach's problem. Then the next year, after guys get contracts, things kind of fall back to the wayside again. You go, well, maybe it wasn't the coach. It's like,
I think there was a lot of that with Terry Stotts. Nothing to necessarily to Chauncey per se. I mean, you know my feelings about Chauncey, but I think there was a lot of Terry Stotts with that. Of Terry Stotts got fired and it was like, thanks, we needed to get rid of him. And then a couple years later, you're like, man, this team can't score. I wish we had Terry Stotts.
Oh, maybe you wish you had Damian Lillard and CJ McCollum again.
True.
And Marcus Aldridge. Like,
true.
And
you see a lot. You see a lot where you can see that a team is rebuilding and is not there yet, and they hire a guy and you're like, oh, that poor guy's getting fired in 3 years. He's there to suck the bad losses, and then they'll bring somebody in to win.
Yeah, that's the reality of if you want to take one of those jobs, because there's only 30 of those things, that's what ends up happening. But the Milwaukee of it all, and this is probably a good spot to weave it in, man. I was at Hoop Summit. It's all anybody wanted to talk about. Well, it's not all anybody wanted to talk about. They want to talk about the Blazers too. But a lot of front offices that I talked to had some version of, hey, how about Milwaukee, huh? And it's, keep in mind, I'm talking to front office executives of teams that are very bad and have their own tire fires going on, and even they're deflecting and going, whoo, it's bad over there, huh?
Yeah, and when they say that, I'm curious the tone of it. Is it like, oh, God, that's rough, or it's like, ooh, glad I'm not them?
Oh, it sucks to suck.
Yeah.
Like,
kind of like you deserve this a little bit?
Not necessarily that, but it's better you than me. Because everybody's competitive.
Sure.
There's everything's said with a little bit of a sly grin. And
teams that suck are trying to suck more than others suck.
Mm-hmm.
That's still competition.
But it's a lot of like, oh, you hate to see it. No, you don't. Like, it's a lot of that. But, so much is coming out. And, we've talked about this for seemingly the past couple of months. It's like, yeah, dude, if you've been paying attention to everything we've been saying here, is that this has been the issue the entire time, and now people are like, oh, it's bad. It's like, yeah, dude, that's what everybody's been trying to tell you. But just because Giannis didn't come out in a press conference and say, yeah, I want out of here. This place sucks. Everybody's miserable. Nobody's happy. Everybody knows the deal. It's like, nobody does that. Nobody, especially a guy in that position. They're not going to alienate that. They're just not going to do that. So, but now that it's out there for everybody to kind of see, Milwaukee has nothing. They have to deal him. They have to deal Giannis because they've used up all their capital.
I mean, I would argue even before everything kind of became vocal and visible to everybody how toxic things have gotten, I still would argue they had to move him.
Oh, sure.
I would have moved him at the end of last year.
I mean,
I think once you cut ties with Dame, and this was nothing to do with Dame, it's mostly they cut ties a lot because of the injury and stuff, but it's just Dame signaled this thing's done. This thing's done. You put all your chips in to get another championship with Damian Lillard. That didn't work, and so we're letting him go. Then you look around the roster. Brook Lopez is gone. Middleton's gone. I guess you still got Bobby Portis there, but I don't know if Bobby's a piece you're really building
and
around.
Then you don't get
all your
Miles
scorers
Turner.
are gone.
And I guess you spent your money on Miles Turner. Miles Turner now becomes an asset you can move to. I would have argued the second they decided that Dame wasn't the answer and they were going to move on, that's when they should have sent Giannis, and that's 2 years ago almost.
So you're in a spot now where you look at it and you go, well, we can reset. Oh, wait, you can't because you don't have your picks.
And that's
and that was the other question that came around. There wasn't a single front office member that I talked to that had any faith, trust, belief in any of the options that have been presented publicly as far as the anti-tanking stuff at all.
And we'll get to that in a second. I just want to finish up with Doc real quick. I wonder if Doc looks around at this Milwaukee situation and goes, this could be happening anywhere. It's not just a coincidence that it's happening where I am, that this could be happening if I were anywhere. And maybe kind of like the college basketball Hall of Famers that have kind of said, you know what, I'm good on this. That maybe Doc is now saying, I'm good on this. Do you remember Doc as a Celtics winning coach, as a player, or as Lob City?
It's Celtics.
Yeah?
Yeah. You remember guys for their peak unless they crater out hard.
I think I always think of him as Lob City.
Lob City was just such a moment in basketball where you had to remember him for that, but
he got
it's
one
not
of them
Doc
things.
Rivers jumping up there at putting his head at the rim and throwing it down.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. That Celtics team was really good.
Yeah, and they tell you about it every chance they get.
That is also true.
They talk about it like they were a three-peat team, and it's just like, you were really good.
Dude, they talk about it like
anything is
they're
possible.
They talk about it like they're Michael's Bulls.
Yes. It's like, You got one of them things. You did good.
Yeah. You made it happen.
Let's chill.
You also got Kobe'd.
Let's chill.
Yeah.
What happened?
Wheelchairs.
What happened when y'all played for the Nets?
That is true.
Did not go well.
Kind of like we talked about yesterday. James Harden, Kevin Durant, and Kyrie Irving all played for the Nets, and it wasn't pretty.
Stuff
It was
out
just
there.
Durant bailing them out every second they needed. Let's get into that anti-tanking. There's some new movement. Everybody's leaking the stuff to Shams. It sounds like in May there'll be a new Board of Governors meeting, and this is what they're going to talk about, tanking rules, and the one that's got the most weight being pushed around. But first, we'll toss it to Casey with sports.
Now, from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
First on the Fan, round 1 of the Masters is in progress as we are just getting things underway at Augusta. Some important tee times for you coming up later today as Scottie Scheffler, he just teed off moments ago. Last year's Masters winner Rory McIlroy, he teed off at 7:30 this morning, and he currently sits at 2 under through 12. At 10:20, the group of Justin Rose, Jordan Spieth, and Brooks Koepka got things in full swing as they are currently on the 4th hole. And as of right now, Sam Burns sits atop your leaderboard at 5 under through 16, as Kurt Kitayama has wrapped up his day sitting at 2nd on the leaderboard at 3 under. Your Portland Trailblazers fell to the San Antonio Spurs 112-101 last night as Denny Avdija with a strong 29-point performance, but it would not be enough as De'Aaron Fox led the way for the Spurs for all 4 quarters. Blazers moved to 40-40 on the season as they will take on the Clippers tomorrow at 7 p.m. inside the Moda in a battle for the 8th seed in the Western Conference. And finally, the Oklahoma City Thunder joined some exclusive company, clinching the number 1 seed in the Western Conference last night after a 128-110 road win over the Clippers. OKC has secured the top seed in 3 straight seasons, becoming only the 6th team to do so since the NBA went to a 16-team playoff. All 5 teams who did it previously, all of them went on to win the championship. And for more sports scores and stories in 30 minutes, I'm Casey Smith from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt and missing work? Insurance companies acting like jerks? Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
Your home for Seahawks football, the Fan Sports.
Web Gems coming up next to send you on your way. Wait, that's not how that goes. It's everybody's favorite. What if closing arguments was everybody's favorite? No, I wouldn't like that. Web Gems is next.
Closing arguments is the shortest segment.
Monday by myself felt like the longest segment in the history of life. I would like to apologize. I'll make a formal apology to anybody out there that if you caught my Monday last 10 minutes of the show, I am truly sorry, and I will be better.
If you would have texted me the night before that Danny was out.
I didn't know till the morning of. Now it's Danny Meringue's fault.
I tried to make it in, but I did text you at like 6:30 in the morning.
Did. I got a heads up.
Look, I play hurt.
I do too.
I play hurt.
You know, I do too.
And it was the one thing we can't do here. Like, we can have, like, I did so many shows on so many painkillers when I had my hip surgeries. It was ridiculous. But the, number one, coughing, because we're in this hermetically sealed box. Number two, if we have something going on with our throat.
Yeah.
And I had both.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, dog, I can't talk for 3 hours straight, because you can even hear it in my voice right now. It's not fully there.
Well, we'll have a do-over tomorrow. I'll go solo dolo one more time. Hey, dude, it's
you're
good
prepared.
reps.
You're prepared.
Run it back, Turbo.
I don't know if you've seen the show sheet tomorrow. We're a little thin. Text in your ideas. Do my work for me.
Do the math. There you go.
Crowdsource
Your show. I like this. What do you want to talk about?
Crowdsource.
Mailbag edition. I like it.
Have no fear. It's because I'm not prepared. It's because I'm here for you.
There you go. Just come on tomorrow morning. So, what do you guys want to talk
about? Big gulps, huh? Well,
airplane food, man.
And I'm fired. What's the deal with airplane food? We're talking NBA right now and kind of the situation with Doc Rivers. I do want to read these texts that are coming in. Doc will be remembered as being a choke artist in the playoffs. I think there is some of that.
3-1.
I'll pick a side on Doc. He's overrated. He has one of them things with an all-NBA team and has never been able to replicate success for some reason. If the entire roster he coaches isn't absolutely perfect, it's not his fault they don't win more. The Clippers never got close to what they should have been.
Well, here's the thing. Find me the coach that did.
You bring this up all the time.
Find me the coach that did it.
I talked about this yesterday when you were out. It's like we use the example of the Detroit Pistons being the last time.
5 All-Stars?
Exactly. Like that. I've decided that no longer counts to me.
No, it
doesn't.
They just didn't have a top 5 player. That's what they didn't have. But they had 5 All-Stars.
If I can name the starting 5 lineup, that's pretty good. I would have to sit and think for a moment the starting 5 lineup when the Celtics won a few years ago. Now I'll probably get there. I probably know it all, I'll be like, it's Drew, Jalen, Jason, Horford,
Derek White.
And Derek White. But see what I mean? I'd have to pause. It's Chauncey Billups, Rip Hamilton, Tayshaun Prince, Rasheed Wallace, and Ben Wallace. In that order, 1 through 5.
Yes.
That is not a slouch team that won a finals.
And again, this isn't
with Larry Brown as a head coach.
This isn't to say like Doc's great. It's just drives home the point. It's the players. It'll always be the players. It's about the players.
Yeah.
And the NBA is so specific because there's only 5 guys on the floor that one singular guy can be so impactful. And as far as the Clippers teams go, when were they healthy? Never.
But I will also say, I think we overvalued Blake Griffin, DeAndre Jordan, and Chris Paul.
No.
I think we did.
Blake Griffin in Detroit was still one of the most elite players that I've seen, and he got a very bad rep by just being tossed to Detroit.
Chris Paul and Blake Griffin were absolutely diabolical together, and there was almost nothing you could do with them. The problem was health.
And where's Jamal Crawford on the all-time scoring list?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we looked at that the other day. He's up there.
You got to remember, Chris Paul got, taken out, was it hamstring against the Blazers? And before that, the time before that the Blazers played them, it was Blake's knee or hamstring, I think is what it was. Like, they were never healthy come playoff time.
And that goes to your point of roster construction. That is the number one conversation really across the league right now. How you do it? Well, that's finding a superstar in the draft or making a big trade, as we'll see the Blazers attempt to do this offseason. Shams was on ESPN. He's the guy doing the hard work for this, of letting the world know what the league thinks, to litmus test this out in public. This was Shams on ESPN the other day on where the league thinks the solution is for tanking.
Everyone's trying to figure out what the solutions to this is. And yesterday there was a GM call on Tuesday night where they're all continuing the conversation on this. And sources tell me there's a Board of Governors vote on May 28th.
All right.
For new anti-tanking draft lottery reform. And the proposed concept with the most momentum right now, we reported on the 3 different proposals.
Right.
The one with the most momentum is option 1. That's the one with the flattened odds. 18 teams. The bottom 10 teams would then have the same percent chance for the top pick. Modifications, though, are expected to this concept. Is there a way to tier these teams, like top 8, then 9 and 10 separately, then 11 to 18? They're going to continue to discuss ideas and figure out some kind of a holistic approach. There's going to be unintended consequences to all of this. There's not a perfect solution. I will say, I see Tim right there. The one thing that the league is trying to do, and their GMs and everyone are trying for here, is de-incentivizing jockeying for the bottom. So what we've seen this season is teams trying to keep their top 8 pick, keep their top 6 pick. Is there a way to de-incentivize the jockeying? Because in this proposal, the top 8 to 10 teams have the same percentage chance. So there's not an upside for that.
Sean. So there's the solution right there. But again,
somebody kill me, please.
But then again, that phrase keeps going around town that you think should die, and it should be the opposite. De-incentivize losing. You always talk about incentivize winning, because I'll tell you what, I'm kind of interested in this idea of leveling out the lottery odds for a lot of teams, opening it up for the 7th, 8th seed, the play-in teams, however which way you want to go about it. The problem is that if you have a draft right now, you were just looking at a mock draft ranking, okay? 1 through 6, I would take every one of those guys. And when you have a year like that you can see as college basketball starts off, and you can see by January, okay, that's what that looks like. This is what my team looks like. They're still going to do it. They're still going to do it.
So
it moves you from 1% to 8%, but then if you're still in the bottom 5, bottom 4, you still got a 17% chance, whatever the math is.
So this was a big topic of conversation yesterday, and it pertained to the Blazers in particular, as far as like what are they going to do, chasing in the playoffs, do they, don't they, the value of their pick, conveying their pick, all the things that come along with that. And we started talking about the flattening of the odds and the 3 options that are out there. You know why the owners are talking about these? Because it gives them cover. Every front office person that I talked to yesterday, I brought up the idea of incentivizing winning, and they all loved it.
Yeah.
And all of them said, I don't think it'll ever happen. And I knew what the answer was, but every time I asked why, was because then there's skin in the game. Because if Gail Benson, who owns the Pelicans, who doesn't give a damn, is just, whatever. I mean, just look at what the Pelicans have been. They don't
Booty.
care.
Just the trade they made for Derek Queen, especially if they unload Trey Murphy this offseason, which is definitely a possibility, maybe even here, then that tells me, so you traded a first-round draft pick and got rid of Trey Murphy for Derek Queen.
Well, you'd also get a
dump
truck of picks.
You will. But where do those picks lie? Are those going to be lottery picks?
And so,
probably not.
Well, here's the interesting thing. Because, you start asking around, like, what would happen to the value scaling of those Milwaukee picks? And you have to think about the math in a particular way. So if the Bucks, after they trade Giannis, are going to be cheeks. Just absolute buns.
Oh, maybe some of the worst we've ever seen.
The roster just resembles what the Wizards were 2 years ago with Kuzma.
And when you look at the Wizards right now, if you take Giannis off the Bucks, I will take the Wizards roster, not even close. And that's if AD and Trae Young walk.
Because here's the thing.
I will still take that roster.
What do they want back? They want their picks, which means they're not going to get the players back with their picks. You know what I mean? So, and that's if the Blazers are willing to cooperate, right? Okay. Now, what is the value scaling of those picks? Well, if the Bucks are going to be buns, but only the top 4 is in open as far as like moving up, and the flattening is not quite as scaled. Well, that means in order to get those higher odds, that 14.5%, that the Bucks would have to be in the bottom 4. Now, it's a higher odd, but sometimes you can't control how absolutely booty you are. I mean, you can to an extent. Utah, you've been phenomenal at that. Sacramento, you've been phenomenal at that. Shout out Doug Christie.
I mean, Sacramento has good players.
Yes.
They have really good players.
And they know the deal is. But now if you flatten it out to where it's 7% for everybody in that range, what does that mean? Well, then the team doesn't have to be as bad. Mm-hmm. And you have the higher likelihood of moving up.
I also like the concept of being in the play-in, the 8th or the 7th seed being equal odds, because I don't think the Blazers are tanking, but you might see them like a month ago go harder, and I'm just using that as an example.
Sure.
I'm not saying they're doing it intentionally. Go harder at Phoenix for the 7th seed. You know, if you look at it and you're like, the way my team is rostered, I don't know which team I'd rather go against personally for the Blazers, but as an example, you go, I think we match up with the Spurs better than the Thunder. Or you go, I think we match up with the Nuggets better than the Spurs. Like, you can start saying, let's go that avenue without driving it into a cliff to get better odds. To be the Warriors, who have basically decided, we don't care.
Sure.
They can't tank enough to get out of the play-in, but they don't care. I mean, Steph might come back and have a great game, and they might get in, and they will get dump trucked by whoever they play.
But with the flattening, now what does the value scaling of those picks do? For the most part, I would say, I'll say 75 to 80% of the front office personnel I talk to believe that those Bucks picks would actually go up in value.
All I've heard is they'd go down.
Now that when you kind of look at it, because guess what? You know what all these front offices have done? They've run the numbers. They're looking at all the different propositions out there and seeing, because if you're going to make transactions, you have to have a feeling of where and how the landscape is going to shape. So the NBA lottery for this year's draft is on May 10th. Ladies and gentlemen, that is a month. That is a month away.
Sign me up.
So, but this vote is going to happen May 28th. Now, it is before the draft, right?
Yeah.
I have to double check.
Yeah, the draft's not till after the NBA season.
I know. I tried to check the
draft's probably.
I know. I want to check the actual date of the draft, though.
Is it late August? No. It'd be in July.
It's June. No, it's June 25th.
June 25th.
So it'd be a month before. So it would give you so the lottery happens, and then the next day the NBA Combine happens. So that's where that stuff starts to come together, and you start getting an understanding of where things are going. The next 6 weeks of that is okay. Let's see where this is going to go.
I will give a shout out to the NBA for what seems to be they're making this a priority instead of just telling us that it's a priority. They're actually moving for, unlike the NCAA, who's like, yeah, this NIL landscape is so crazy. Someone better figure out what to do. At least the NBA is recognizing, because
and being stupid about it.
I was listening to the boys this morning on the way in, and they absolutely nailed it. There are unwatchable full days league-wide play.
Yes.
Unwatchable full days that you cannot have that. I know NFL is king, but we will still watch a Titans Daniel Jones-less Colts game and say, hey, look at this guy, look at that guy, and you can still enjoy it even if it's a 30-point blowout win.
For 17 weeks, we complained every week about the Thursday night football performance being bad. Every week we came back. Every week we watched it. Every week we talked about it.
Because the NBA lives in that world of like, I watched the Blazer game last night, and we'll get into that, but I'm also sitting there going, why am I watching this? In the sense of whatever happens in this game doesn't quite matter right now because the Clippers just lost, and I'm not seeing the Blazers against a full-strength San Antonio team who, in theory, they could get matched up with in the first round. So what's the point? And if you have that league-wide, this has to be a priority. So I will give him a little bit of credit for trying to make it a priority.
The thing that Sham said, though, beyond the de-incentivizing tanking, unintended consequences. That's the thing. It's like when you de-incentivize tanking, all you're doing is creating new pathways for exploitation.
Exactly.
Where if you incentivize winning, you take those off the table.
I'll give you credit for that.
That's the thing that's driving me crazy, because I'm not smarter than anybody else, but it's just like there's a very clear answer, and they're saying they're not even looking at it because the answer is money.
It's very half full.
Take money away from owners who don't give a damn.
That's Draymond's answer. He's like, I get fined all the time for getting texts. Take money. Money talks.
That's why the owners won't agree to do it, because you want to be able to say, I'm going to make this amount of money based on the expectation.
Everybody's favorite Web Gems comes up next. You haven't even started practice yet? Uh-oh. 105.1 The Fan. All right, this Web Gems, everybody's favorite. We do it every single day at 11:45. Give you a sneak peek into the big nooner. We will get into a Blazer conversation as they took on the Spurs last night. It's also a 10 Toes Down Thursday, so get those in 503-864-6326 or over on the YouTube chat. We should have a fun one today. It's a beautiful day outside. I'm very excited to work in my yard today. Casey inspired me. He told me the other day that he loves doing yard work, and I'm trying to harness that youthful energy from him into my world. Didn't you say you like doing that stuff?
I like the smell of fresh cut grass. That's about it.
Oh, dang. I thought maybe I must have been talking to somebody else.
Yeah, definitely wasn't me.
I swear it was you, dude. You two are the only people I talk to. You're my only friends.
But you talk to your wife more.
Nope, not anymore. I know I kind of crunched the
Did
numbers.
you do the numbers on that?
Well, I think the only thing that's unfair about that argument is that we do a lot of nonverbal communication, and also when we are together, we are like glue. But I guess you are correct in that we are not always speaking.
Mm-hmm.
You can put it on the board.
I yield.
There you go.
I yield to you, my liege.
Yeah, Dusty and I had that conversation, and it was like, yep, that makes sense.
Now, I do think I'm a good partner for fighting for the idea that I talk to my wife more. But you're right. I don't have 12-minute segments with my wife and then communicate a little bit during a 3-minute break. You are correct.
See?
You are correct.
The numbers, man.
Today's Web Gems comes to you by way of Chicago State. And according to a program spokesman, this comes from Prairie State Pigskin. Chicago State has not started spring practice, which is okay, I guess. It could be coming. But there is no date set to do so. They have a 10-game fall schedule, starts on August 29th. Obviously, they are a lower-level program.
Sounds like a made-up school.
But tell me your program isn't about to get the death nail without telling me your program isn't about to be sent into oblivion.
Like it's one of those things where you show up to the facility and it's locked.
Yeah. Oh, we don't. When is spring practice? Oh, we haven't announced that yet. And then you just never do.
It's what was the fake high school?
Bishop
Sycamore. Yeah. Sounds a little like that.
It kind of does, yeah. I mean, what happened? What do you do if guys are on scholarship? I mean, I imagine Chicago State's what, D3 probably?
They probably don't have scholarships, and if they do, those checks might not clear. What is Chicago State known for?
I mean, they're the Cougs, so go Cougs. Let's see. This is their first inaugural NCAA Division I FCS football program. That's it. This year is first year.
Off to a banging start.
Banging start. Uh-oh. They're in the Northeast Conference, or they're independent this year, then they will join the Northeast Conference. Their head coach is Bobby Rome II. They are constructing an on-campus turf practice field with long-term plans for a $50 million stadium. So you're telling me you're invested, but you ain't got practice?
You ain't got you
like
ain't got
Coach
nothing.
Rome, where you at, bro?
This is an ESPN documentary waiting to happen.
Yeah, no kidding. I'm also going to go out on a limb and say if they do end up getting this season going, I'm going to write them down for 0-10.
Are they the UMass of FCS?
I think they might be the UMass this year. We'll have to keep an eye on Chicago State.
Open tryouts for kickers and quarterbacks.
We'll have to check with our friends up at A&A and see if we can't gamble on old Chicago State.
Oh.
Just fade them all year.
I'm not against this.
I'm not against this either. That might get me gambling.
Yeah, the lines. See, the thing is, the lines.
Pettiness fading might get me gambling.
The lines in those games have got to be so atrocious.
Oh, Division I FCS.
Mm-hmm.
Chicago State against
first time in FCS. Oh, brother.
What's a spread you won't touch? 35?
Oh, I was gonna say 40.
Yeah, I was gonna say more than that.
Yeah, that's tough, bro.
R.I.P. Chicago State. We barely knew you.
Gunned down in their prime.
When we come back, the big nooner, the Blazers fall to the Spurs, but we got one more game down the stretch. What to expect from them? 105.1 The Fan.
from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
First on the Fan, round one of the Masters is in progress as we are just getting things underway at Augusta. Some important tee times for you coming up later today as Scottie Scheffler just teed off moments ago. Last year's Masters winner Rory McIlroy, he teed off at 7:30 this morning, and he currently sits in second place at 4 under through 14. The 10-20 group of Justin Rose, Jordan Spieth, and Brooks Koepka got things in full swing as they're on the 5th hole right now. And as of right now, Sam Burns sits atop your leaderboard at 5 under as he has just wrapped up his day, as he wrapped up with a 67 through 18. Your Portland Trailblazers fell to the San Antonio Spurs 112-101 last night. Denny Avdia with a great 29-point performance, but it would not be enough as De'Aaron Fox led the way for the Spurs for all 4 quarters. Blazers moved to 40-40 on the season as they will take on the LA Clippers tomorrow at 7 p.m. inside the Moda in a battle for the 8th seed in the Western Conference. And finally, the Oklahoma City Thunder joined some exclusive company, clinching the number 1 seed in the Western Conference last night after a 128-110 road win over the Clippers. OKC has secured the top seed in 3 straight seasons, becoming only the 6th team to do so since the NBA went to a 16-team playoff. All 5 teams who did it previously went on to win the championship. And for more sports scores and stories in 30 minutes, I'm Casey Smith from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt, missing work? Insurance companies acting like jerks? Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
The home of prime time with Isaac and Sue.
Two down, 1 to go here. The firm of Harris and Meringue. We do this bad boy every single Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Thank you for being a part of our day. We are stoked to be a part of your day. After us, we'll send it over to Duck Insider from 1 to 2. The Fan Happy Hour with Joseph Fisher III, who's still sitting in for Luke Anderson, who is on spring break with his kids and his family, and then we'll toss it to primetime, 3 to 7 to finish up 13 hours of live, local, continuous, regional sports talk radio on the Fan Sports Network, your home for all things sports, number 1 in town for a reason. Shout out the Portland Timbers. We'll play LAFC this weekend. 12:30 pregame starts right here on the Fan. Kick at 1:30. We will have Max Bretos on the show tomorrow to talk a little bit about that. Danny, you'll be back at Hoop Summit tomorrow.
Indeed I will.
So I'll solo dolo it. But last night, let's get in this. It is a 10 Toes Down Thursday. So get those in, 503-864-6326 or over on the YouTube.
It's a Masters edition. So if you got golf, get those in.
I will take a Masters edition 10 Toes without a doubt.
Give us your golf rituals, golf no-nos.
Your superstitions.
Love them.
Players you like, players you want to see fail, etc. We'll have a lot of fun with that. Blazers fall on national TV last night, 112-101. No Victor Wembanyama, no Steph Castle. Shout out that De'Aaron Fox kid. Still pretty good at basketball.
Still pretty good. Area 51 being the nickname for Wemby and Steph Castle.
Awful.
That is beautiful.
So bad.
Oh, what?
You don't like that?
What does Steph Castle have to add to that?
Number 5.
He's number 5.
I don't like it.
Wemby and 1. Area 51.
I don't like it.
I think. Are you worried that they're calling like Steph Castle like he looks like an alien or something?
No, I'm saying that
he's got some of the best hair in basketball.
Wembanyama's the alien. Steph Castle,
just a real good player.
You could just be Area 1.
No, Area 51. I like it. I like it. God, tough crowd.
Damn cool.
Look, this is the kind of something I went on a tirade about yesterday when you were here, Danny. If you think the experience for the Blazers going to the playoffs is going to matter when you just lost by 11 to a team that didn't have their 2 best players, boy, go with God, my friend. You enjoy that because I am not interested in watching a
7-game
series, which will be 4 games where you just lost by 11 to a team missing their 2 best players. Now, a lot of that goes to how San Antonio's built this roster. They've definitely had some draft luck. There's a lot of luck involved getting Wemby. Turns out getting Wemby, Steph Castle, and Dylan Harper and training for De'Aaron Fox, that'll make a good basketball team. I don't know if that's a recipe everyone can just follow, but that will turn out quite nice.
Turns out luck is not a way you can build a team. Who knew?
But some interesting things to take from this game. Denny had a nice night, which is great. I'm still worried about Donovan a little bit. I think he's gassed, personally. I think it's just been a long season.
It's the most basketball he's ever played.
Yep, it's the most basketball he's ever played. I mean, went from 20 minutes a game last year to 30.
Near 30.
And there's been a lot of ask for people that have been available for most of the year, Donovan being one of them. Yep. Shout out to Monty Kamara.
Still played every game.
Who's played every game. But Donovan's probably right behind him in games played.
So I missed a couple.
And so that's going to be a little low because you would think in a night last night without Wemby, Luke Cornett, nice player, you would expect Donovan to have his way with him. The fact that he couldn't makes me think it's a little bit time to pack this thing and go home.
Well, it's not just that. It's funny we're talking about Donovan in year 2, that a night where he goes 11, 5, and 3. 11 points, 11 boards, 5 assists, no turnovers, 3 blocks. Like, need to see more from you, Don, where if you give me that line last year, you'd be like, yeah!
Rookie of the year!
But, like, this is the thing, is that the bar has been raised. The expectation has been raised. But
and he did it to himself in a good way.
Yes. And this is what happens. Look, man, Scoot was buns last night.
Bad shooting night. 7 of 20.
And it wasn't just the missed threes. It's continuing to miss shots around the rim. And this is year 3 for him. So, like, we're talking about Donovan, like, being hard on him. Like, yeah, because he raised the bar. Scoot hasn't raised the bar. The bar is the floor still. And I don't say that because I don't like Scoot. I want him to be good. I want Shaden to be good. I want Donovan to be good. I want Young Hansen to be good. It's better, think about this. Even if you hate my guts, selfishly, I want them all to be good because then the team is better and it's more fun for me to cover.
Yeah, I know. You had to correct me, and I think I misspoke on it when I was like this team has a lot of work to do, and they might be bad again. And you were like, you don't want that. No. You don't want that. I'm with you. I do not want that. So don't get it twisted. Both things can be true when I say I don't need to see this team get absolutely destroyed in a playoff series to not be positive about the direction that it's going.
I mean, last night, Denny was good.
Denny was really good last night.
Got to the rim and finished really well around the rim.
And I like that he was really good on a national televised game. Just to put
turnovers were a little bit much, but
same with Tumani. I thought Tumani,
Tu's been on an absolute tear for the past 6 weeks.
And I think it was kind of nice to let the league see, like, oh, that's a nice piece. How'd they get that? Where's he from? Because that's how I do. That's how I do it sometimes when you watch like Atlanta and Brooklyn or something like that, and I see somebody on Atlanta, I'm like, oh, that's a nice little piece there. Where'd that come? Then I get to go to the rabbit hole. Oh, he went to this college, or oh, he's from this country.
Alexander Walker, who could win Most Improved Player.
Yeah. Oh, he was traded for what? Oh, wow. Yeah, Blazers got a deal on Tumani Kamara. And I'm glad those two had nice nights on national TV.
But for Denny, since he came back from his back injury, he's shooting 21% from 3.
That ain't gonna cut it on a team that's already struggling to score.
That's his back.
Mm-hmm. It has to be. You can still drive to the rim and be an efficient quote unquote shooter.
He can knock somebody out of the way, and not only that, like his finishing around the rim has dropped a little bit. You can see a little bit less rise in him, unless he gets a clear platform to kind of take off, and it's just something he's going to battle. But when you're short Jeremy and you're short Shaden,
boy, this team needs Jeremy Grant right now so bad.
Yeah, they got 40, if you want to say 60 plus points on the bench with Dame, but you have 40 plus points. It's gone. So somebody else has had to step up. 2 has stepped up. Scoot has had moments, but his shooting has just been pretty atrocious. And not just from 3, it's at the rim too. Drew has been really good, but he had a poor shooting night last night. But the funny thing is Drew had another night where, 13 points, 10 assists, 10 boards, 6 assists.
10 boards, 6 assists.
3 turnovers, which you don't really want to see, but you just kind of look up and down the board. The assist column last night, Denny had 6, Tumani had 6, Drew had 6, Donovan had 5, but outside of that, nobody's creating. Scoot has had a lot of these 1 and 2 assist games, and I'm like,
and that's your job, is to create, bud.
And it's like, yeah, they've got some poor shooting around him, but it's like he's turned into more of a scoring guard, but he's not efficient enough to be a scoring guard. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Sure.
It's like,
also, the bench last night was essentially non-existent.
Yes, I mean Matisse has been really good for the past 2-3 weeks, but
rough night.
This is what we talk about, the consistency stuff, right? You just kind of look at it and go, okay, this is what you're expected to get from a guy on a given night, but sometimes you just don't have it offensively. Tease has been really good offensively. He's been phenomenal defensively, but he's been good offensively really the last 2 weeks. The Blazers have they control their own future as far as the 8 seed. They win both games.
Mm-hmm.
They beat the Clippers and they beat the Kings. They're going to be the 8 seed. It's that simple.
And the Clippers lost last night.
They gave a little bit of a threat to OKC, and then OKC just kicked them in the teeth and said, "No, you stay down."
No.
So
not so fast, my friend.
Yeah, it's a tough place to kind of find where that's going to end up, but in talking to folks around the league, there's not a lot of belief that the Blazers necessarily want to be in the playoffs, but they don't not want to be in the playoffs either. They're okay with either outcome.
Yeah, you can't want to lose. I mean, there's a lot of teams that do want to lose, but I don't think the Blazers have ever shown me that they want to lose this year. I think, it's house money. I'd rather have the pick personally.
Oh, for sure. Look, the whole pick versus not the pick. The preponderance of evidence is that the pick is more valuable.
I can't live in a world where getting railed by OKC for 4 games is better than getting a draft pick.
It's not just that. It's the idea of getting off of the Chicago pick.
Oh, sure.
There is... I don't agree with it, but I can at least see the argument that you can make room for it, because the way that I've kind of looked at this is it's a 0% interest loan. Don't pay it off until you have to.
Right.
Don't pay it off until you have to.
You're my Blazer insider, guys, so I'll ask you this question. We kind of popped up, I think, quietly in the night. What was it? Tuesday night, I think, that Vit Krejci and Shaedon were listed as questionable, doubtful. That's what it was.
They'll probably go to questionable for tomorrow.
So I'll ask you. Vit, I'm not terribly concerned about. It would be nice to have a shooter off the bench. I don't think Vit really moves the needle much. But I know for a fan base who's dying to see Shaedon back out there, do we see Shaedon Sharpe?
Coin toss.
Yeah.
Coin toss. I think that's where it's at. And they're not going to put him out there unless he clears all the protocols.
If he does clear the protocols, would you play him?
Sure.
Because I'm the other side. I'm like Jeremy. Like, shut them both down.
Well,
They're too valuable to me.
I mean, if he clears the protocols, he'll be fine.
How's that working out for Joel Embiid? How's that working out for Giannis Antetokounmpo?
Well, Giannis...
I'm just teasing.
Joel's broken.
Always has been.
You're talking about a guy who came into the NBA draft with 3 medical red flags and still went number 3 overall.
Always has been broken.
Yeah. Giannis, not worried about that. But, players play, man. Players play. That's ultimately where I find this, and that's what they're out there to do. And you still don't know what you have in Shaedon Sharpe.
True. I would love to watch Shaedon Sharpe. I mean, he's probably the guy that I watched the most. My guy this year was Donovan Clingan. If Shaedon's on this team next year, my guy will be Shaedon Sharpe, of the guy that I'm going to watch very, very closely. As much as I enjoy watching him play at times and want to see him out there, it's the Jeremy Grant situation. He's too valuable to me right now. Whether he's a trade asset, a starter, a bench player, long-term, short-term, same with Jeremy Grant. With JG and Shaedon, they're too valuable to me next year, whatever their role might be, to take any sort of risk with that calf. That's just my opinion. I might be alone on an island on that, and I'm perfectly fine on my island because I've got a Barca Lounger, some Cheetos, and some Mountain Dew.
Okay.
Although Cheetos and Mountain Dew, when I was younger, anytime I mixed those two, gave me an awful gut rot.
You should definitely wear a white shirt with those two.
Why is everybody hating on my white shirt today?
I'm not hating. I'm just thinking of Cheeto dust and neon green antifreeze.
Game should recognize game, and today Patrick's fit game came to play.
Is that what it was?
I think so. I think I look great.
Gonna iron that collar.
Oh, God. Nitpicking over here. It's a 10 toes down kind of Thursday. We'll get
10
there.
10 toes down. Iron that collar.
Yeah, we'll get there next. Get your last call. Well, not your last call. Maybe there'll be some more room for you. 503-864-6326. Questions you can ask Danny and I that we have to answer unequivocally. No wishy-washy. 2 feet solid on the ground. All 10 toes. That's next on Portland Sports Leader 105.1 The Fan.
The new
10 Toes Down kind of Thursday for you. 503-864-6326. We do this bad boy on Thursdays. We enjoy the 10 Toes Down. You ask the questions, and Danny and I answer them unequivocally. No wishy-washy, no messing around, no fence sitting over here. It's actually one of the biggest challenges I've ever had in my life is to be 10 toes down. I am master of 5 toes fence sitter, right, Danny?
You are.
Do you know anybody in your life that is more fence sitting than me sometimes?
No, you love that post in the middle.
Well, I just want everybody to make cake and be friends like in middle school.
No.
I know you don't. Although I'm very proud of you in the NBA of being glass half full on this tanking thing and not glass half empty.
Well, it's not that hard, and yet here we are.
Yeah, that is true. You've made it pretty straightforward.
Like, you have empathy. And I'm like, no. Let's just do the thing that makes the most sense.
I feel like you've already beat it in your head to the point of exhaustion.
Yeah, it really is. Like, and the more I talk to people, like, well, either they're on the same page already, you see the light bulb go on, they're like, oh, that makes sense. It's like, take 2 seconds. Take 2 seconds. And this isn't about being right. It's just like, where does the preponderance of evidence lead you?
Well, I think that issue becomes so giant that it's not about being right or wrong anymore. It's just fix it.
Yeah.
I don't care.
And yet they're probably going to go down a path that's so convoluted. You're just going to sit there. You're going to it's going to be like the CBA all over again. You're going to need a roadmap to figure it all out.
Let's do a little bit of Masters 10 toes down here. I'll read some quick names on the leaderboard. Sam Burns and Rory McIlroy tied at -5. Look at Rory. He's on the 17th right now, -5. Running it back, old Rory McIlroy. Good on him. Some other names at -3 that you'll recognize. Jason Day at -3.
Jason Day.
Along with Patrick Reed, Ludwig Aberg, Scotty Scheffler, who's -3 through 6.
He's rolling.
He's
Shane,
gonna cook.
and then in -2, you get Shane Lowry, Xander Schauffele, Justin Rose, Justin Thomas, Gary Woodland. Sign me up, boys. This could be a nice ride.
Names are playing.
This could be a nice ride. So let's do a little 10 toes down. And I'll ask you this one, Danny, and I'll answer myself. 10 toes down, if you're going to miss the shot, would you rather go swimming or take a day at the beach?
What do you mean?
I'm talking put it in the drink or put it in the bunker.
Oh, I mean, the bunker you can recover from.
And that's why I'm anti. That's why I'll take the drink. And this is the most Patrick Harris statement ever. Because the bunker is going to make me feel like I got a chance.
God.
And I don't.
Unbelievable.
I'm taking the drink, dude. Hands down.
You're just taking the stroke penalty versus...
because I'll take another shot.
But if you're in the bunker, you don't lose the stroke.
Yeah, but I'll gaslight myself and hose it anyway.
Boy, you are going to love golf when you start playing. This is going to be fun.
Yeah, that will be cool. If I start playing golf and I'm just cheeks at it, it's like, hey, man, what a beautiful day.
Or all of a sudden, the only thing he's really good at is the sand.
Not just that. Him saying, I'm cheeks at it, I'm just going to be sitting out there thinking, what a beautiful day. That will not happen.
What if
that happens to no one?
What if it turns out that I'm actually kind of good at golf?
I mean, I don't think so, but it'd be fun.
Whoa. Why not?
Reasons.
What are those reasons? Body shape? Because I'm looking at Shane Lowry out here, who's in the top 10 of the leaderboard right now.
John Daly out there, he never was in world-breaking shape.
He's in Adam Sandler movies, too.
Yeah, he was also hammering Diet Cokes and smoking cigarettes the entire time. But
I'll go to the regular Coke, but that sounds like a great life.
Yeah, he also is like...
and the soft drink.
He's one of the most talented golfers probably to ever pick up the sticks.
Yeah, that's true.
That helps.
Another 10 toes down question. Would you rather attend Sunday at the Masters or Sunday at the Ryder Cup?
Oh, easy, Masters.
Waste management.
Well,
yes, that's my guy over there. That's my guy, Casey Smith.
Well, you know what? Where's the Ryder Cup at?
Fair question.
For overseas in a location that I'd really like to go to, it's that.
The Ryder Cup is very intriguing to me with the USA kind of situation where we can always get on board with each other.
You're welcome, USA.
But I think it's unequivocal for me, 10 toes, it's the Masters. And I think that's what makes the Masters so special is it's the same course every single time.
The Masters would be an unabashed, I mean, I'm still probably going to be there. I would at least think about Ryder Cup if it was overseas. But if you're talking about if I got to see the Masters with Tiger in it, don't care.
I don't think I'm there anymore. In fact, I will say I'm not there anymore. I'm very stoked about the current players of golf.
I am too.
You're not wrong that a Masters Sunday with Tiger.
Let me see him walking down the fairway in red on Sunday.
And let the sea of red of all the polos just start creeping their way towards the front.
Agreed, that'd be cool, but I don't need it.
I mean, I've never got to see him play live, other than on TV. Like the opportunity to watch Tiger Woods play, even as a shell of himself, would be awesome.
Golf has to be the biggest sport where you see players with your own eyeballs the least, right?
For sure.
I mean, how many times do you go into some tournament to
golf,
go watch
golf and tennis?
Yeah, golf and tennis. It's
because they like to keep the pores out.
The pose, that's me for sure. I am going to go to a U.S. Open and an Australian Open at some point in my life.
You know, if your favorite
for
sports,
tennis.
if your favorite sports are baseball and golf, it says something about you.
I didn't say they were my favorite sports.
Just saying.
I'm also a tennis guy too.
What?
Yeah, I will.
Do you like some polo, perhaps?
No, I do not. I will go to a U.S. Open and an Australian Open in tennis in my lifetime. Those are events I really, really want to see.
Those are pricey.
I know they are. That's why I want to I look down the road and there's Tom Holland and Zendaya there,
Sitting in the same booth as you.
Same booth as me,
yeah. Yeah, same, level.
In fact, I invited them as my guests.
There you go. Same level of finances.
And I don't even think I like tennis more than golf. I think just being at, New York, for example, the nighttime tennis would be awesome, I think.
I'm not going to sit here and say that tennis is bad, it's horrible. It's not for me. I don't have any interest in watching it. Did I watch Serena in her prime? Sure. Did watch Federer in his prime? Nadal in his prime? Joker in his prime? Sure. In the finals for the last set, but I have zero in. Now, if you're giving me a plane ticket and tickets to Flushing Meadows, cool. I will go. Well, I will never actively seek it out.
10 toes down, who won the last Open?
U.S. Open? No idea.
Alcaraz.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Alcaraz. He's good.
Again.
My oldest thinks he's hot.
I have no... They're the list of PGA events. I'd rather go watch the Valero Open the week before the Masters than go to a tennis event.
Not me. U.S. Open, nighttime tennis in New York City, I'm so in.
I just don't.
Catch a show after, some late night food, I'm so in.
No, we're just talking about just the event.
Still, so in.
Yeah, I'm good.
Have some nice cocktails there in the stands.
I'll go to San Antonio in March, April.
I mean, that's not a bad gig.
I mean,
let's keep this 10 toes rolling down. If you might be able to sneak you in if you got some more. 503-864-6326 or over on the YouTube. Got some Blazer questions, plus some food questions as well. We don't mess around when it comes to food. All that's next. I'm Patrick, that's Danny, and that's Casey. He's got sports.
Now, from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
This sports update is brought to you by Reynolds Defense Firm. If you've been arrested for a DUI, you need a team of attorneys that you can put your trust into. Call Reynolds Defense Firm today, online at reynoldsdefensefirm.com. First on the Fan, round one of the Masters is in progress as we are getting things underway at Augusta. Some important tee times for you. That happened earlier today as Scottie Scheffler, he teed off moments ago. Now he is going on the 6th hole, sitting at 3 under, tied for 3rd place. Last year's Masters winner Rory McIlroy, he teed off at 7:30 this morning, currently sitting at 5 under through 16. At 10:20, the group of Justin Rose, Jordan Spieth, and Brooks Koepka got things in full swing as they are currently on the 7th hole. And right now, Sam Burns sits atop your leaderboard at 5 under as he has just wrapped up his day, shooting 67 through 18. Your Portland Trailblazers fell to the San Antonio Spurs 112-101 last night. Denny Avdija with a strong 29-point performance, but it would not be enough as De'Aaron Fox led the way for the Spurs for all 4 quarters. Blazers move to 40-40 on the season as they will take on the Clippers tomorrow at 7 p.m. inside the Moda in a battle for the 8th seed in the Western Conference. And finally, the Oklahoma City Thunder joined some exclusive company, clinching the number 1 seed in the Western Conference last night after a 128-110 road win over the Clippers. OKC has secured the top seed in 3 straight seasons, becoming only the 6th team to do so. Since the NBA went to a 16-team playoff, all 5 teams who did it previously went on to win the championship. And for more sports scores and stories in 30 minutes, I'm Casey Smith from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt, missing work? Insurance companies acting like jerks? Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at WarrenAllen.com.
Sports Saturday with Joe Fisher and
Closing arguments coming up next to send you on your way, but we're in a 10 toes down Thursday. But Also, a reminder to join us June 23rd as Toyota presents the Fan Golf Classic at Langdon Farms Golf Club's foursomes are on sale right now. You can choose between the morning or the afternoon rounds, but you'll want to get signed up as soon as you can because they do fill up fast. It is the most fun day in golf in the Northwest, and especially with the Fan Sports Network activations and tastings around the course. There's the infamous Angels NB Bourbon Par 3 6-hole where all of our hosts, Dirt, Sprague, Danny, myself, Luke, Isaac, Sook, we'll all be posted up there to make fun of you, but also give you praise when you deserve it. And, of course, Matt's Barbecue will be there to keep you fed with a post-round meal. Head to 1051thefan.com and click on the Fan Golf Classic logo for information and to sign up today. The Fan Golf Classic, presented by Toyota, is also brought to you by Vulcan Design and Construction, Henderson and Daughter Windows and Doors, Battery Exchange, Maestro, Dobel, Tequila, Philbrook Law, 1-800-DIVORCE, Roto-Rooter, and Window Nation.
Yes, sir. It's going to be a grand old time.
Rory almost birdied there again to put him in first. Boy, he's having himself a day. Hopefully he holds on to it. But we're in a 10 toes down kind of Thursday, as we always do. 10 toes down, Danny. Bread torn apart tastes better than bread sliced.
That depends on the bread.
That's not 10 toes, Casey. I'm going to say yes, because non-bread, pita bread, torn apart, very good. Garlic bread, torn apart, very good. Hell, ask a duck, white bread, torn apart, tastes good.
I think there is something about when you tear it, you get more of the inside, to where if you like crostini or chop it up to have on the side with pasta or something like that, when your first bite, you're getting a lot of crust. And I think the reality is we all like the inside. And so when you tear it apart, you're kind of choosing how much crust you want and then just letting the inside come with it. Does that make sense?
Sure, but also I didn't need to have my crust cut off my sandwiches like a child, like you may have.
No. Well, I just didn't eat them. I did not have them cut off because nobody was going to cut them off for me.
Wow, so you didn't eat the crust?
Well, I mean, I had to get into the sandwich.
But
I wouldn't eat all the crust. That last bite that's just crust, nah, I'm out on that.
Oh, man, I'm in.
These days, now I'm fine. When I was a kid, no. Now I'm fine.
Disappointing.
My roommate, my bestie, when we were in college, we used to drive to Winco in Moscow, Idaho, which is 8 miles away. And we would walk through and do our grocery shopping there, and we would get a loaf of sourdough or a baguette and eat it as we grocery shopped. And then when we'd check out, we'd put the empty bag on the – we paid for it. Put the empty bag on the conveyor belt. And, we got a lot of looks.
Yeah,
what happened to this bread? And we were like, we ate it.
Yeah, because you're just housing a baguette in the store.
Well, no sauce, no nothing?
Just raw dog and a baguette.
Well, it soaked up a lot of the liquor in the stomach, so it felt pretty good, We did have to drive home.
The Winco did have the Italian sandwiches. They have a banger one that has peppers on it.
They used to have a pizza sandwich.
Oh, dude, it's the size of my freaking water bottle. It is.
That's a big sandwich.
Yeah, it was again, the price has probably gone up on it, but the times that I went back there, this is probably 10, 15 years ago, but it was like $6. And it was just like, bro, my mouth just watered thinking about that sandwich. I haven't eaten all day and I'm starving. We almost made it all show. Without food.
I know. We got another food too right here.
Do we? Okay, perfect. But that sandwich was a certified banger. Certified.
That's part of the drinking game. Any one of Danny's lines gets said and take a drink.
There you go.
10 toes down. Good weather coming in baseball. How do you like your hot dog cooked?
Oh, grill.
They boil wieners in New York. That's the hot dog in New York.
Need some grill marks.
Look, I get
Gotta
it.
have a grill
if you're at the hot dog stand on the corner in Manhattan, fine, but grilled.
And I want grilled marks.
Yes.
I want that thing to look like a Ballpark Frank commercial from the 90s.
Look, I'm a heathen in my youth, and I grabbed the Costco hot dog and threw it in the microwave at 2:00 in the morning because I'm starving. Sure.
Oh, there are many ways you can. I mean, I cooked sausages and veggies last night for dinner, and I just pan fried the sausages. There's a way to do it. But if I have my choice, it's on the grill.
And you can pan fry a hot dog.
Oh, totally. I've done it all the time. My son loves hot dogs, corn dogs. Loves it all.
Nobody's ever handed me a hot dog and I've been like, oh, no, please, no, not a hot dog.
That is also true.
You know what I mean? Have you ever been in a barbecue and somebody's like, hey, hot dogs are ready? And you're like, no.
10 toes down, barbecue, hot dogs, burgers. I'll take the hot dog every time. If I go back because I'm still hungry, I might go to the burger. I'll probably just have another hot dog, to be honest.
I prefer a burger to a hot dog in general, but it also has to be who's cooking it.
I think the backyard barbecue, the average backyard barbecue, I'm hot dog all the way.
Burger every day.
I want to say burger every day, but a lot of y'all burn the crap out of your burgers and you suck on a barbecue.
There's also something about barbecue burgers, like backyard barbecue burgers, that just don't do it for me. I feel like the bun to meat ratio is always off.
Because sometimes they're coming in like hockey pucks where it's just a lot of meat.
That's what, well, yeah, but I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like people either they
like
don't know how to. You don't know how to get the number one. You don't throw the frozen Pocky Pucks from Costco on there.
Give me some 80-20.
Like give me some fat.
80-20.
Yeah, don't use the 93.7. Don't go low fat for burgers because that's where the flavor is. If you want to be real bougie, go the 75-25 Wagyu. But also it's like, don't have the world's cleanest grill. Have some seasoning on your grill. Like that matters too.
Big time.
And if you're going to do cheese on it, don't just slap a piece of number one American cheese sucks. It's not, give me pepper jack every single time.
Give me some ghost pepper.
Yes, give me some spice to it.
American cheese is like Taco Bell's meat.
Yeah.
I don't know how much of that is cheese.
Exactly. And not only that, when a number of times I see burgers come off a grill and they cool and then you throw the piece of cheese on. No, you throw the freaking slice of cheese on the burger as you're getting ready to take it off like 30 seconds before so it melts. And if you can, have a pan to cover it so you steam it a little bit.
And what you do is you take the grilled onions that are cooking right next to
and you put it on
right
top
there,
of the cheese.
And you melt the cheese with the grilled onions.
Oh, yeah, you put the grilled onions on, then the cheese on top.
Yes.
Duh.
But see, here's the thing. Staggering majority of people make burgers either too thick or too thin. And they don't know. And number two, they don't know what temperature to cook it at. Number three, they either cook it too short or too long.
And I also hate the table that has the
you can't screw up a hot dog.
The giant thing of like cut onions, but they're just like the whole thing. They didn't take the time to separate everything.
Yeah, the onions got to be diced in the patty.
And the plate and the lettuce on the plate. I hate going to those plates and building a burger that way. To where you can give me the average, most generic hot dog in the world. Slap some mustard on that bitch, and I'm going to town. It's very simple. Don't need much with the hot dog. I need a bun, a dog, and mustard.
But if you got chili.
Well, of course. If you got cream cheese and grilled onions, I'm also in on that.
I also did the cream cheese. That's a little
Seattle dog.
Yeah, baby.
Not my jam, but
come to the state of Washington.
Chicago dog, the peppers.
Yeah.
You can't get them here locally. You have to get them online.
You got to get the jarred.
Yep.
You need a good jarred.
But you also, to get those particular peppers, like you have to order them online. Like I've gone into so many stores around here. If you know there's a store around here that carries them, great. Because in the summertime, I love cooking, barbecuing, and I'll use those peppers on not just hot dogs. I'll throw them on burgers. I'll throw them on chicken sandwiches.
I'll send you a few.
Okay, I'm in because I love those stupid little peppers.
They are delicious.
They taste different. They're not a peppercini. They're not a banana pepper. They're not a jalapeno. They're this little.
They are bell peppers and vinaigrette and a little bit of spice in them, a little bit of pickling.
Yeah, what is it called? It's not Giardia. That's a disease that'll kill you.
Jardiniere.
Jardiniere, Thank you. I've been in restaurants for 20 years. I can never say that word. Could never get it going. Well, that's 10 Toes Down, my friends. We do that every Thursday.
I have to figure out what exactly called. It is a sport pepper.
Sport peppers, yeah.
Yes.
You can't get sport peppers?
You can't find them anywhere around here. It's so dumb.
I bet you if you went into like one of those U.S. food stores, you could find them.
Maybe.
Text line saying that the old hobo sub is still there at Winco.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
Huge for cheap, just need a little mustard.
Yep, that's exactly it. It doesn't have any dressing or anything on it. But that what you do. You just, keep a couple mustard packets in the car and you're good to go.
Sometimes I miss how inventive I was when I was poor.
Oh, that sandwich is legitimately 2 whole meals.
Man, I'd figure stuff out all the time when I had no money. Now I sit at home and I got all this food and I'm like, man, there's nothing to eat.
Right?
I've been a kid in a candy store 10 years ago, 20 years ago.
It's nice.
10 Toes Down, thanks for being a part of that. When we come back, closing arguments to send you on your way on Portland Sports Leader 105.1 The Fan and The Fan Sports Network.
It's time for Easy Play, brought to you by Home Z, making home improvement easy.
Murakami into center. Back goes Varsho. This ball is gone. Murakami with his first home run in front of White Sox fans here at Wright Field. A 2-run shot that gives him the lead.
That's John Schifrin on Chicago Sports Network. Look, Murakami, nobody wanted to give him a contract. The White Sox were like, hell, sure, why not? I think he got like $2 2 years, $30 million, something stupid like that, and he can't stop hitting home runs. Look, the White Sox are still kind of bad, but having a guy that can hit home runs might put butts in the seats. And as a Central fan, I'm excited to watch him throughout the year. This Easy Play brought to you by Homesy. Use Homesy's online calculator to estimate your project instantly. Make it easy. Call Homesy. That's Homze. Homesy.com.
We just finished.
All right, that's going to do it for us. Closing Arguments brought to you by Leskin Law. Visit leskinlaw.com for more information. Coming up on the program tomorrow, a little solo dolo action from yours truly. We will talk some Masters update. Again, I was teasing earlier, we'll have Max Bretos on as he'll be covering the Timbers game for Apple TV this weekend in MLS. Talk a little Blazers Clippers going into the weekend. Should be a fun little Friday show. Danny, you'll be at Hoop Summit. Have fun doing that.
Good old Poop Summit.
Poop Summit. Let's see. Some news and notes to get here, too. Joel Embiid will have an appendectomy. Appendectomy? Appendectomy. Thank you.
That one.
So maybe he is hurt. There you go.
Yeah, he said he felt fine, and then apparently the doctor's like, no, dog, you got to have that thing taken out.
That thing gonna explode. And if it explodes, you're in big trouble.
Yeah, all kinds of stuff goes everywhere. It's not great, Bob.
The Big Ten took home 69.4 in tourney revenue share for the men's tournament this year.
Turns out basketball pays too.
They were very, very good.
That's why you invest in it.
They were very, very good this year. Let's give you a quick Masters update here. Let's see here. Sam Burns still at the -5. He's done for the day. Rory is on the 18th currently. He is 5 under as well. Some under 3 guys. Jason Day, Patrick Reed, Justin Rose, Scotty Scheffler, -2. Shane Lowry, Xander Schauffele, Justin Thomas, Gary Woodland. A lot of guys are done for the day. Few still out on the course, including Scotty Scheffler. He's on 8. Justin Rose on 9. And again, Rory just about to finish up. Some things that came across the text line, Danny, about the Blazers that I wanted to throw at you right now. One is a little 10 toesy down question asked.
10 toesy down.
Is the Blazer record better, worse, or the same this year if Chauncey Billups is at the helm?
Probably about the same.
Yeah.
Because it's about the players.
Keep talking to this, huh? Keep going to this. I agree with you. I think there's some stuff that I think a new head coach can bump. We see this in kind of soccer a lot.
If you're getting something somewhere else, you know what else that means? Something else somewhere is going to change.
Yes, that's fair.
There's a finite level of effort that things can be pushed up. And if you push something up too far, something else is going to suffer.
And I don't know if, say, Donovan Clingan takes the step he takes because Tiago's in charge now. I think Tiago's going to be there all the way, whether he's a big factor in it or not. I agree with you. I mean, personally, I think I'm a little happier with Tiago than Chauncey. I don't know why.
I do.
Why?
Because one of them got arrested.
Yeah, because one of them is going to be a felon.
Yeah.
Fair.
That's fundamentally what it comes down to me.
And then there was this other one that's a texter text this in, where I will disagree, though, is if Shea comes out and he's lights out on Friday and Sunday, and whether they win or lose the play-in games, but he is lights out, does that make him less likely to be traded during the summer, especially if he's engaged defensively? I don't think anything is off the table.
Two games of engaged Shaedon Sharpe does nothing for anyone.
Hey, look, whether you think they should or shouldn't, that's not the thing that I am about to say here. Anyone on this team can be traded. If Denny Avdia is traded this offseason, I would not be shocked. Sorry. With the exception of Damian Lillard.
He literally cannot be traded.
Got it. With the exception of Damian Lillard. Again, I don't have an opinion on whether he should or shouldn't. Or maybe I do, but I'm not there yet. But Denny can get traded. Jeremy can get traded. Donovan can get traded. Shaedon, Scoot, etc.
There's a group that was Dame is impossible to trade. For those that don't understand what we're saying, he has a no-trade clause. Cannot be moved.
And also, I remember, and I've mentioned this before, when the Kraken had the expansion draft, Ovechkin was available, and he was like, do it and see what happens.
Yeah. So the group of Dame is the cannot trade unless he waives it. So there's a potential there.
He's here for a reason.
Yes. Denny, Donovan, Tumani, Young Hansen. That's the group.
I know. That might be
everybody
group,
else is,
that might be the group that I don't want to trade.
Oh, no. I'm saying that won't get traded.
No, okay.
Everybody else, and the only way anybody in that list gets moved is if there is a seismic, and I mean seismic deal. Like you're going for one of the top 4 players in the league.
Ooh, who would that be?
I mean, Wemby, Jokic, SGA, Cade Cunningham.
Who do you think would be more mad if they got traded of that group?
Depends on where they get traded to.
To Portland.
Oh, who would be the most mad getting traded to Portland? Jokic, just because he's further away from his horses.
I was going to say Jokic.
But
I'd be pretty mad if I was SGA. You're like, I have a dynasty potential right here.
Yeah,
I think Wemby as well.
Who
would you want?
Wemby.
You want Wemby. I know you want Wemby.
I don't, you want to talk about vanilla or chocolate? Wemby. No questions asked.
Vanilla.
Yeah.
French. Oh, hey, throwing curves over here.
Little cappuccino.
Now, what? If you're that? What's the Oregon coach's name? Koa.
Oh,
dude, he's got Koa K. Dude, he's got a crazy real name. Dusty and I were laughing about that. Well, not laughing, but we were laughing at each other,
going
trying
through
to
all of the vowels.
Pronounce it. He's got a wild name. Yeah. What if he was like vanilla or chocolate go, and you were like French vanilla? Is that a positive or is that a negative?
Thinking outside the box?
Yeah. But then you're asking another question, too, so you're still not decisive.
Well, no, you just chocolate or vanilla. I go mango sherbet.
Run or throw the ball. He's like, how about flea flicker?
Both.
Let's
How about I
do
run
both.
and throw the ball?
Yeah.
See, ad-libbing. Do.
I'm very proud of you for not killing Tyson Alger about the USC flipping commits.
I took notes.
Took notes, huh?
I took notes.
Keeping receipts,
Took
huh?
notes.
You coming after my boy?
Not yet.
He has been very nice to me at Timbers.
No,
games.
I love Tyson.
He's been very nice.
He dropped the multiple times of it's been a while since USC's won. It's been a while, Tyson, since Oregon won a national title.
We got him going. Folks, we got him going.
Easy ride.
One's measured in centuries.
Wow.
Just saying.
Savage.
Just saying.
It's not very nice of you, man.
I know we're getting the spring ball. Feeling spicy. Like it.
What you gonna get into this weekend, Danny? I know you got Hoop Summit.
Yeah, Hoop Summit, and then maybe get on the golf course.
Ooh.
Maybe get out there. Try to. At worst case scenario.
Today was the day.
Yeah, worst case scenario. I'm gonna stop off and hit some balls.
Today was the day because you got no Blazers.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have Hoop Summit today.
Nope.
It's gonna be 75 if it's not already.
You know what? Now that I think about it, I think on the way home we're gonna be popping off at the driving range.
Yeah, there you go.
I think so.
Can't get a late tea time. You spent all summer calling people in commercial breaks.
I know. I just, you know what? Maybe I will. Maybe I'll look at the tea time and take a little pig ski.
Excuse me, I've nuts stuck in my throat. I knew that was gonna. I've been eating cashews and macadamias all day, and well,
marking it.
I've got some issues over there right now, so I apologize for that.
Dim some of these nuts.
Scotty Scheffler is on what appears to be, I think, the 9th hole. Is that, if my memory serves me correct? The wind's starting to kind of blow at the Masters a little bit. He had one putt earlier. I think it was on the 7th
uphill
that I
bent
thought
like 12 feet.
Oh, I really thought he was going to nail it, but he just missed it.
We've had some good shots today. We haven't had any like, oh my gosh, screaming at the TV shots.
Well, what I always say about Scotty Scheffler is usually he takes a chill on day one and kind of reads the course and lets everyone figure out what they're doing.
Meanwhile, he's up for eagle right now.
Yeah, meanwhile, he's making some moves, and that's scary. A Scheffler, Rory, Fleetwood kind of situation at the end of Sunday would be absolutely amazing. He's going to hit that birdie
Just
putt.
make sure Justin Rose is in there.
Just make sure,
Got
yes.
his trifecta.
We got a gambler on our hands, folks. Closing arguments brought to you by Leskin Law. Visit LeskinLaw.com for more information. Leskin Law's one-day divorce mediation, peace treaties, not war plans. That'll do it for us. We will catch you tomorrow. Have a great afternoon out there. For Danny Marang, that's Casey Smith. I'm Patrick Harris. Go do something I would do.
Bye.